Hello there, fish people! My name is Zeke Freak, and I have blazing blue talkie shits. Joining me today are my usual cohorts, Kevin, the reject youth pastor, and Ceridin, master of disaster. And together, we're gonna find out which of us is the strongest thumb wrestler. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show.
I like this new intro. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm extremely confused about it.
Ad-lib style. Fill in the blanks. I just wrote a script with a bunch of blanks. Fill them in with whatever I want.
Like that.
There's time.
Like that fucking tweet about random shit just to get you more interactions on Twitter.
No, nothing like that actually.
I think it's a lot like that.
No, it's literally nothing like that, and nobody thinks that, and you're stupid for thinking that.
I think Zeke has like 700 something. I forget.
735. I don't remember.
Yeah, I have a little over 800 myself.
Humble brag. There he is, going after those accolades again.
I have slightly more followers than my friend on Twitter.com.
Okay, we get it. You have a very large penis. It's fine.
Anyway, how many followers do you have again?
How many followers do you have?
Oh yeah, I guess a man should always... Well, if Twitter will ever load, because right now my entire computer is on the fritz.
I have 742.
800...
Followers?
Yep.
Yeah, 819.
Oh, I only have 242.
Get on our level.
Yeah.
You're on
Sorry,
your way
I feel
there.
like I could if I feel like I could if I engaged with a lot of hot take media, but I just refuse.
Yeah. You know what? That's fair. I think that is reasonable.
Yeah. I've been plateaued at around 700 for like 10 years now. It's hard to break this barrier.
Can't quite break the 800 barrier, yeah.
I think around like 700, 800, you have to have like actual viral tweets to actually get more than that.
Yeah. That's kind of the whole deal with it.
Yeah. I've had a couple in my career, but not lately.
Yeah.
Not lately. You'll be happy to know most of my viral tweets were about SAO, actually, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, that one time I just posted a picture of the fucking... I think it was to promote Dark Side of Dimensions. They filled an entire subway station tunnel with
I remember
every
that.
single Yu-Gi-Oh card. I posted those images and that went viral.
I think my most popular tweet was I took a photo when I was at YomaCon last year in Detroit of two dudes cosplaying female VTubers, and I posted it under their thread, and I think I ended up with like 4,000 likes or something ridiculous on it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That was like the most relevant one. And then I had one the other day with no tags associated with it whatsoever that reached like over 1,000, and I was like, "What happened?"
It's
Most
just
of my
a fucking
like
shit post.
10 likes. It's just a fucking shit post, and with no tags associated with it, but it got a shit ton of views and engagements. So I was like, "All right, whatever."
I mean, clearly you did something right there.
I want to look up. Is there a way to see like what your most popular tweets are?
That's a really good question. I think I know what my most popular tweet is. It's just I don't. Let's see. How to...
The only reason I know is because most of my tweets don't get more than like 10 likes or 20 likes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll spend like 20 hours on a piece of art and get like 40 likes. I'm like, all right, well, that's my lot in life.
Oh,
I can't do digital, which is the biggest reason. I can't do digital art yet. I'm trying to take a class in winter for that, so I can refamiliarize myself with digital art. Because that's what really on Twitter is what gets people.
Yeah.
Engagement is digital art. Nobody likes hand-drawn things with colored pencil, no matter how much work you put.
I know, right, bitches?
I know.
Kevin, when was the last time you ever drew anything with hand-drawn pencil?
No, I'm.
Kevin, I don't think I've ever seen you draw anything.
I don't really draw. No, I don't.
No, yeah. Kevin, confirmed non-drawer.
I do not consider myself to be a traditional artiste.
No. Or an untraditional artist. Or an artist.
Or an artist.
Or traditional.
Definitely not traditional.
No.
I'm an anomaly, an outlier.
Yeah. You're an SCP, that's what you are. Scientists the world over are trying to figure out how the fuck did his teeth get that way?
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
What's the timestamp? Like 4 minutes?
4 minutes and 55 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah, baby! Within the 5-minute threshold. That's what the people are here for.
Hitting that fucking... Oh, God.
Quota?
It's like you have a quota.
Not consciously, but unconsciously, yes.
It just happens. Consistently.
Yeah, it's the way of the world. Kevin, it's been a while since we recorded.
It has. We didn't really do an episode last week, if I recall.
What do you mean? You know for a fact we didn't. It's not like a memory. You know that.
Do I? Do I really know that?
I don't know. I'm concerned now. Do you have like some kind of like retrograde amnesia situation going on?
Do I? Do I know that?
That was a good response to that, actually. No, we didn't record because I was sick last week.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Your voice was a little fucked up. He actually sounded like Gilbert Gottfried. God rest him.
yeah. I do an impression, but I can't. I'm no longer sick.
Yeah. Also, that just wrecks... I would do it, but it just wrecks my vocal cords when I do that.
Yeah.
Like, there are some voices that I can do a mimic of, but I can't do it for an extended period, or else it just wrecks my vocal cords.
Yeah. There's some voices that are really hard to imitate.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried being one of them.
Another one is fucking was it Chris Sabat's Kuwabara?
Yeah.
Yeah, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's a very specific thing. I think about that sometimes. I think about like almost implaceable voices, you know. Especially for the things people don't usually think about. Like I think when Barbara Goodson dies, like nobody's gonna be able to do that La Harl again. I don't think.
Yeah. Barbara Goodson has a very specific voice, very specific tone to her voice, and it's going to be very hard for anybody to match her.
Yeah. Kevin, one day, maybe soon. Well, maybe not that soon. But in your lifetime, Kevin, most likely, unless you die first, you will have to deal with Peter Cullen's death.
I know. I'm aware of this, and I am prepared for the inevitability of his demise.
Yeah.
I'll have to deal with Richard Cox's death at someday, and I'm going to be really sad. What are we going to do in a world without a man named Dick Cox?
Yeah, I mean... Actually, I'm going to look... How many people in the world are named... Hold on, I'm looking that up.
I mean, Sheridan does make a very, very, very good point here.
That is a valid point, but I feel like there's more people.
It's almost as bad as when Benjamin Dover passes away, the football player Ben Dover.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a sad day for the nation. How many people?
Damn it! Now we can't make that joke anymore.
I mean, you can to honor his memory.
To honor his memory.
I mean, if you want me to tell the worst joke ever, it's like how I throw a piece of trash out of a trash can and I make it. I say Kobe. Whenever I miss, I say helicopter.
Ow! God, that was physically painful.
I just looked it up on LinkedIn. There is a doctor at the Cleveland Clinic named Richard Cox.
Oh dear God, no.
Yes.
Do you know Richard Cox? Do you know Richard Cox actually played as a cameo or as a background character on an episode of Next Generation?
Really?
No.
Yeah, I forget which episode. It was one having to do with Data. That's all I remember.
Right? Yeah, if I remember correctly, didn't a lot of TNG actually get recorded in Vancouver?
I honestly don't know. My dad was the Trekkie, not me.
I think so.
My dad was the Trekkie, not me. But I watched a lot of TNG with him, and I remember one of the credits, one of the post credits for the special guest for the episode. I just remember seeing Richard Cox, and it was him, and I was just like, holy shit, that's fucking lit.
Holy shit, Yash is in this one.
Yes,
yeah,
TNG was primarily shot at Vancouver Film Studios.
Ha! Knew it.
Yeah.
Which also explains
why I think one of my favorite roles that Cox has ever done is actually Alleluia from Gundam 00 because he plays a magnificent psychopath.
Oh god, I fucking love Alleluia.
That is one of the English dubs I actually really enjoy, just because of him.
Oh, the Gundam 00 dub is really, really good. It's got a little bit of that old school Ocean Studios dub vibes where like they have like the really warm sounding bassy microphones and shit.
we go a single week without mentioning the warm bassy microphones?
It's good. It
It
gives
is good.
it a nice sound.
I just feel like since the Sean episode, we've been mentioning them like every third episode.
Hey, it's a new running thing.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 00 movie isn't one of them because that's when they swapped out the microphones for the first time in like 30 years.
Yeah. It's about time.
No, it wasn't. We could have gone a few more years.
At some point, it became unsustainable. It was
Yeah.
It was too cozy. It was too. It reminded people of better times, and that, we just can't have that anymore. Honestly.
Unfortunately, sadly.
Yep.
'Tis the nature of the beast.
Yep. Yep. What am I drinking?
What are you drinking?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, are you drinking like one of the new flavors or just like regular Coke?
No, this is just regular. I did have the new Dream World Coca-Cola though. It was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
It was like a remix of traditional Coca-Cola flavor.
Coca-Cola
Remix! Break it down! You've done it! You've broken Coca-Cola down to its bare essentials!
That's just Coca-Cola!
That was pretty good. What's not as good as the Blue Takis. I don't get the hype.
Yeah, I don't like Takis to begin with, so
Yeah.
like I don't have any interest in trying Blue Takis.
Mm-hmm.
They just look. Look, I like blue, but I don't like that blue. That's too blue. It looks like a
Well,
shit.
the color is
It
the
looks
least
like a
of my
shit
problems.
green afterwards.
I did shit green afterwards, actually.
There you go.
Yeah. That's not the part that bothers me, though. It's the taste.
Ah, okay.
I like that they're blue. Blue. We need more blue foods in the world, honestly.
Blues. Wait, that's just spelled blood. Damn it.
Yes, correct. That's what we're going for.
Shit. I didn't think that one through.
Nope. I think there's some people out there that still think your blood is blue on the inside. It's crazy.
That was a thing throughout, like, my entire middle school. It's like, your blood is actually blue, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's just a dark red. And then it gets oxygenated, and it becomes a bright red.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's blue. He's like, no, it's blue. And I'm like, no, have you ever gotten your blood drawn? Yeah, I have. Have you looked at it? Yeah, it was blue. No, the fuck it wasn't. Do you even know what the fuck blue is?
Wait, people argued it was blue after having it drawn?
Yeah.
How do they gaslight their eyes into
I
believing that?
don't know. Everybody in my middle school was a fucking idiot. Felt like
They don't-
Squidward. Everyone's an idiot except for me.
They don't adhere to consensus reality.
And you wonder why I dropped out.
Have to chain them down. I never wondered that, actually. I don't often think about that. I don't sit around thinking about Kevin's traumatic backstory.
It wasn't because school was too hard. It's because everybody there was too stupid.
My blood is blue. I'm dropping out immediately. Mother, fetch me. Fetch me, mother.
This is too much for me, Mom. This is too much for me.
I like to believe Kevin also talked like that as a child. Fetch me, mother. I am done with these pedestrians.
You know what?
They think of their blood if blue.
You know what? Headcanon accepted.
Personal backstory headcanon.
Yep.
I'm retroactively rewriting your past to be more interesting.
This is fine. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. One day when we're famous enough to have Wikipedia pages, I'm going to vandalize the shit out of yours, right?
I look forward to that day.
Yep. That'll be a
And
good
I
day.
will argue for every single change you make.
Yep. It'll be a regular segment on the podcast. Welcome to the I vandalized Kevin's Wikipedia page section of the podcast.
I will literally be on the Wikipedia edit history page and be like, no, this is correct.
In the year 1492, Kevin was born in 52 log cabins. At age 6, he was born without a face.
Yup. There you go.
What
See?
the fuck?
We're already working on it. We can
Exactly.
workshop it.
Yeah. Together, we will find your ideal backstory.
I've been looking for my ideal backstory for fucking years at this point. I have a writer as a friend. This can work. We can make it work.
Yeah, your whole life, in fact. Desperately in search of a back... No, that sounds like a tragic... You spend your whole life looking for the perfect backstory, but it's already happened. That's tragic, actually. That's pataphysical. That's some fucking Stephen King cocaine shit.
Fucking love that tweet you made a few weeks ago where it's just like Stephen King did so much cocaine that he offset the lead poisoning of his generation and became incredibly based.
Yeah, he opened his third eye. That's the key. Boomers out there, if you're listening, they're not listening. Do lots of cocaine.
Just do a lot of fucking cocaine.
Yeah, if you're ever thinking around saying, why don't the young people like me? You haven't done enough cocaine. That's the problem.
Exactly.
And also maybe you voted against our interests your entire fucking life.
Yeah.
That could also be part of it.
That's probably a larger part of it.
Mm-hmm. And stop yelling at Chelsea at Starbucks. She's doing her best, okay?
Chelsea didn't ask for this. This is the best job she can do.
Chelsea is paying off those college tuition debts. Chelsea girl, you out there, we support you. We're back. We're behind you. Don't let the boomers get you down, girl.
Hashtag I stand with Chelsea.
I stand with Chelsea. Anyway.
Yeah.
We missed a lot since we've been gone.
Yeah. Gosh damn. A lot has happened. So, I guess we'll just kind of work our way back.
Yeah.
Because
retrace our steps.
Yeah, the most recent thing that I can recall happened yesterday. Me, Saradin, Cupid the Third, and another friend of ours, we went and saw the new Dragon Ball movie, Superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Really liked it. Very fun movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I won't say very good, but it was an enjoyable movie, and I like the direction that they're moving the story in Super now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like Toriyama's like, well, I'm going to do what I should have done 20 years ago.
Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. This was definitely more of an like if you're expecting something like a Bardock movie out of this, it's not nearly that serious. It's very much an action comedy,
which is honestly fine.
I'm fine with it too. But the ending was somewhat fulfilling. But I thought the villain was rather weak. I thought some of the motivations weren't as interesting as some of the other villains we've had in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
There are issues I have with this film overall, but
I have some nitpicks. I do have some nitpicks, but like the general experience I had was really, really strong. And again, I do like the direction that they're going with in terms of
I think the thing
characters.
I was just say the thing I'm taking away from this is I am glad that some of the characters got the upgrades that they have deserved for like ever since they kind of stopped the developing in Z.
Yeah.
And and I know it was originally part of Akira Toriyama's kind of plan from the beginning to kind of take things in this direction, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. I also thought that things happened a little quickly.
The pacing of this movie is very brisk, I will say that. It's a very dense movie. The movie is, like in terms of pacing and story, the movie is actually pretty dense by Dragon Ball standards.
Yeah.
Yep. But, like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, I like dense films.
Yeah, you'll dig this. You'll dig this.
Yes.
This also sidesteps the, like I mentioned this on Twitter, it sidesteps the issue you had with Super Broly and that I definitely had with Resurrection F, where the plot just stops cold for like an hour so that there can be a gigantic fucking fight scene. Like, this movie doesn't have that issue. It's the story is...
I mean, it kind of does, but the fight scene only lasts like 5 minutes.
The fights...
That's what I'm talking about, though. In
Yeah.
Super Broly, the fight was literally like, I don't know, like 2/5 of the movie.
It was a very large stretch of the movie. This one was a lot better in that it had better build-up, and there were a lot more character moments. There was a lot more plot going on during the actual fight. It didn't just feel like Toriyama wrote the script and was like, and then something cool happens 6 pages later.
Yeah. A lot of they fight.
Yeah, it didn't feel like Toriyama was doing that this time.
I love that clip of George Lucas being like, I finished the first draft, official first draft. Of course, there's a lot of cheating in there. A lot of they fight. Just for like 20 pages, it just says they fight.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of just they fight
Super,
here.
Super Broly's good. It just feels like it just kind of felt like they had 40 minutes of plot setup, and then like, okay, rest of the movie is just one giant fight.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of fine with that kind of formula in a Dragon Ball movie.
I liked it. I'm just, if I have a criticism.
Yeah, I'd prefer a bit more depth as stuff was going on. There was definitely more character development. I mean, certain characters switch sides and other stuff, and revelations were had during a lot of the fighting in this movie, which is how you do good fight scenes, is that they actually have an impact on the story. They're not just there to be spectacle.
Oh, hell yeah.
That
Yes.
Well, he cut out.
And I hope he's still there.
Man, we're missing his entire expose here.
No! Buddy, no!
Yep. Well, we're gonna wait for him to get back. Should we like pantomime some elevator music?
Jeopardy?
It's Jeopardy?
Yeah, that's Jeopardy.
I never watched Jeopardy.
Yeah, no, that's the Jeopardy theme, but...
No, I only know it from YouTube videos.
Huh.
Now I gotta start over, thanks.
This is one solution. Not sure if it's a good one, but it's a solution.
Well, you threw off the rhythm.
I mean, it was...
Alright, my computer is
Fuck.
Is what? Is what?
No!
Is what?
No!
You blew it up! You damn dirty apes!
Yeah, sorry about
Oh,
my computer is acting up tremendously, so
Alright.
if I clipped out there, I can't talk more about anything without going into spoilers, unfortunately. Overall, it's a fun movie. I definitely would put it on some of the lower tiers of Dragon Ball movies that I've seen, as far as the writing goes. But it's one saving grace is I do appreciate that it is moving the series in kind of a different direction.
I can't really agree with that statement of it being like on the lower tier of writing for Dragon Ball movies. I think this is actually higher tier.
Yeah, for movies?
Because like if you're including like the Z movies, like you have to contend with stuff like Bio Broly and
Super 13.
yeah, Super
BoJack.
yeah. BoJack Unbound, the movie that was so boring Team 4 Star couldn't abridge it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They were gonna do that for a long. They teased it forever.
They teased it in the Broly abridged movie. I think it's your movie next. That outline ages terribly.
And then they're just like, no, we can't. They tried for a while and they just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah. And then they were just like, you know what?
This is saying a lot from the guys who managed to abridge like Lord Slug and like the Garlic Saga. You know.
Okay, to be fair, with the Garlic Jr. saga, they just made it a shitpost.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, since they did like both of those and like the Turles movie and shit, like they had the problem with BoJack Unbound is that like it's such an anime movie that like they had already riffed on like, you know, tie-in anime movie tropes.
Yeah.
Like several times by then, so they had nothing left for BoJack Unbound.
The only joke that they had for BoJack was the "Arg, I'm a pirate inside your planet," and that's all they had.
That's actually
years.
Really, in retrospect, that's actually pretty funny that the fact that they built it up and then didn't do it is actually kind of funny in a way.
Shut up, BoJack. Yar.
That's such a fucking anime movie idea. What if King Kai's planet actually was a prison for a space pirate? That's like the most like anime filler movie idea anyone could think of.
What if space gingers?
Damn it. Guys, I might have to. Nope. There we go. We're good.
Oh, you good?
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, my computer is acting up.
Just all the way up. Oh, hopefully it won't ruin the episode. Don't worry, I'm sure Miyazaki can riff enough.
Yep.
Yeah, if I have to restart my computer, I'll let you know.
Okay. I'll pause it if need be, but hopefully it'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're scuffed.
Anyway, more things happened in.
It doesn't help that I'm trying to download 120 gigs of Skyrim mods right now, but
Okay, yeah, that's probably the biggest issue.
yeah, well,
That's
I can't
probably
exactly wait till
the-
this is over to do that. I only have so much time off of work.
Yeah, true. Should have told me. Anyway, but yeah, saw Dragon Ball superhero. Ah, shit. Sorry. But yeah, saw Superhero last night, and that was really good. Loved that movie. I was also able to go out with Cube and another friend of ours, Jake, and we just went out and we went to the Cheesecake Factory, which serves a lot more than cheesecake.
Yes, everyone knew that but you.
I just find it interesting that it's called the Cheesecake Factory. And
Is this enough? Is this a time for like saying? Is this one of those times where I can say like you and the 6 people who didn't know that will be really surprised when they go?
No,
Yeah.
Kevin,
I don't know.
Cheesecake Factory.
Kevin, did you think selling only cheesecake was a profitable business strategy?
Baskin Robbins sells only ice cream.
Well, yes.
No, they don't.
Well, yeah. Well, first of all,
Since
that,
when?
but also, what do you mean? He doesn't know it. This man doesn't know anything.
Oh my god.
He knows
They
nothing.
sell- They sell other sweet treats,
Well,
But also,
and,
like,
and
also,
ice cream is one of those things that you can like make into 1,000 different things. Also, you can have
Right,
ice,
right,
you
yeah.
can have ice cream pops. You can have sundaes. You can cater to parties. You
the,
can.
the viability of
birthday
an
celebrations.
ice cream shop has been established for decades, Kevin.
yeah.
A place that only sells cheesecake is pretty niche.
There are cake shops.
Not cheesecake shops.
You don't know that.
Not specifically.
I do know that.
I know that too. No, they do lunches and stuff there as well. It's just that their cheesecake is what they pride themselves on.
It's a restaurant-ass restaurant.
But yeah, at Cheesecake Factory, I ended up having their old-fashioned burger. Pretty good burger. Pretty nice burger.
As opposed to the postmodernist burger.
You know, clearly. I had their old-fashioned burger. I had a couple of beers. Had a salad. It was pretty good. It was nice.
A couple of beers.
Yeah, I literally had 2 beers.
Waitress, leave me another.
Okay, I'm not that bad.
I gotta go see Dragon Ball.
Okay, I didn't want to be completely sloshed for Dragon Ball, which is why I only had 2 beers.
Okay, you can't say I had a couple beers when it was 2. Okay,
2
you say
is
you
a
had
couple.
2 beers. That is not in the context of beers. It's not. When someone says I had a couple beers, I don't think 2. I think like 4.
I mean, literally, how is 4 a couple?
I think that's a stupid way to phrase that when it's only 2. Just say you had 2 beers.
2 is a couple. I had a couple
I don't
beers.
care. I don't care. In the context of alcohol, that makes it sound like more.
It wasn't. I'm being literal.
That is very misleading.
It's not supposed to be misleading.
Well, it is. I don't care what your intentions are. That's how I came across. You tell people on the street, I just had a couple beers. They're going to think more than 2.
Then they're stupid. I don't fucking know
No,
what the hell
you're
this
stupid.
is. I don't know what this is. When? God.
I'm going to make it my mission. This is my life's mission. I'm going to ask people I know. I'm going to tell them if I say I had a couple beers, how many do you think that is? And I'm going to get back to you with the results, Kevin.
Please do. I want the results.
Yes.
Guarantee
I'm gonna
it's not 2.
I guarantee
Oh my
you it
God,
is not 2.
not you too.
It's not 2.
Fuck. Anyway,
It's in my notes. It's happening.
that having been said,
Yes.
yeah, did that. Not this week, but last week. Sheridan showed me the rest of Sora Online 2, which was really just the Mother of Rosario arc.
I actually think last time we recorded, we hadn't even finished Ruby yet.
No, I think we did.
We had not. No, we had not.
Oh, we hadn't. Yeah, So
No.
I'm fully caught up on Ruby,
That's cool.
and yeah, I fucking love Ruby. It's awesome. It's great.
Based and Ruby pilled.
Love this series, and I love Ruby Rose herself. She's adorable, and I love her. I also saw seasons 1 and 2 of Ruby Chibi, which is a nice little pick-me-up after how fucking dark the show gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. The plot of Ruby gets kind of fucked up at a point, and it doesn't get better for a while. It arguably doesn't get better. But yeah, no. There's one scene in season 1 of Ruby Chibi where it's just like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing bad ever happened. Ever.
Yeah.
Which that's Ruby Chibi. Nothing bad ever happened ever. It's just a shitpost, and I love it.
Yeah.
Neapolitan speaking in Wile E. Coyote signs is fucking hilarious.
That is great.
It just fits with Neo being like the most smug character in the show, despite the fact that she doesn't talk at all. They just amplify how smug she is. It's great. Also, Cinder acting like a Saturday morning cartoon villain is hilarious. Finally, I shall take down Team Ruby, and victory will be mine. Oh god. Yeah, no, Ruby Chibi's fucking great. It's fun. It's very fun. If you just want to vibe and have a good time, watch Ruby Chibi. Watch the show first, though. Ruby Chibi does have spoilers, but yeah, no, fucking love Ruby. Big fan of Ruby. I've also been reading that comic that I've had checked out for 2 weeks, waiting to catch up on Ruby.
Yep.
I'm about halfway through that comic book. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nice little anthology taking place after volumes 3 and 4. It's really good.
How would you rate it on the Weezer scale?
You keep asking me this question like I know how to answer it.
It's funnier if you don't know how to answer it.
Zeke, I need you to understand this joke can't work all the time.
That's what makes it good, is that it doesn't work.
No, that's the thing. It doesn't work.
And that's what makes it work.
No, that's not what that.
Anti-humor.
Zeke, I'm not sure.
Kevin, I give this conversation a red album and 2 half blue albums out of a white album.
Are we telling anti-jokes now?
Yes.
What did the blind paraplegic get for Christmas?
What?
Cancer.
I knew that. I knew that punchline. I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Hey Kevin, what do you call a black man in space?
An astronaut.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
You need to understand. I've heard these before.
I know. I was waiting for you to finish it. I would have been disappointed if you didn't.
Racist.
It's not right. That's the joke, is that it's not racist. If you call it racist, then you ruin the joke.
I thought it was funny that that Cube tried sloppily talking in Ebonics last night at the end of the movie, and I'm like, bro, we're at a Dragon Ball film. This is mixed company. You better be careful.
Cube said, brother, it's not that bad. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but it was the inflection.
Yeah.
The problem with trying to speak about the problem with trying to speak Ebonics is that you either know how to or you come off as a pretender, and coming off as a pretender is incredibly insulting.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was funny.
I would love more Cubase.
You're also white.
So are you.
Yes, and I live in the hood.
Yeah.
You think I haven't?
I was born in it. Molded by it.
Kevin,
I didn't see a suburb until I was already a man.
Kevin, that's good. Kevin, I'm gonna be entirely honest. I know your socioeconomic history. You don't sound like it.
Yeah, because
You
I
have
stayed
man-
inside and
you-
played video games all day.
You
just
have
saying, you don't
you
wanna
have
do that,
managed to
but-
crawl through poverty while remaining about
Because
as
you didn't-
white as a person can possibly
I was gonna say, like you never touched grass or smoked it, so you know what? Jesus.
Too fucking shay. Too fucking shay.
Mm-hmm.
Touche.
Yeah, you
All
sound too white for how poor you've been historically. This says a lot about our society.
But yeah, did that. Me and Zeke have seen the first 2 seasons of Red vs. Blue together. He's showing it to me. Season 1, it's fine. Season 2, better. Better, definitely better.
Yeah, tighter, funnier, better at voice acting.
And the beginning of Season 3 begins with Sergeant Caboose getting teleported into an actual Halo multiplayer match, and it's hilarious.
It is very funny. Coughing a lot.
But yeah, fucking Red vs. Blue. I think tomorrow I'm actually going to start up on Season 3 of Cobra Kai, because I've only seen Seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get back into Cobra Kai. It's just, I've had other things to watch, but now that I've watched those things, I can get back to Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai is a good show. I mentioned it months ago. Didn't expect to be this invested in Karate Kid: The Next Generation, but I'm glad that I am, because it's very good. Yeah, I've been having a pretty good time. Been vibing. Been having an enjoyable time. Oh yeah. Decided to actually go over to that toy store that. Why is there a fucking ambulance outside? I live right next to the police station and the dispatch center, so I get sirens going past my house at least 3 times a day on average.
That's gonna be really difficult for your criminal lifestyle.
Yeah, I have to be very, very discreet. Very discreet.
Kevin, I have an unpopular opinion.
What's your unpopular opinion?
They're both good. I actually think the Karate Kid remake is actually slightly better than the original.
I agree, actually. I agree. I do slightly prefer...
Even though it's called the Karate Kid, not the Kung Fu Kid, but,
In Japan, it's actually called the Kung Fu Kid.
Well, yeah, because they wouldn't be stupid enough to call it the Karate Kid in Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, the Karate Kid remake is really, really good. I love that movie.
I actually really, I think the stand-in for, I almost called him Master Roshi. The stand-in for Mr. Miyagi being Jackie Chan and his tragic backstory is actually really interesting. Makes him a deeper character. I think
it makes Mr. Han's struggles more personal.
I think the emphasis on showing how bad the bullying is over there, versus the need to actually go get martial arts is better than the original as well. And I think the payoff at the end is better as well. So in all 3 acts, we have some really good moments.
Yeah.
My only irk with it is that it's called the Karate Kid and not the Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah.
It's also it's not really its fault, but like it's a much more visually engaging film, I think, partially because I just think that area of China is a lot prettier to look at than SoCal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. The Karate Kid remake has some fucking gorgeous locales, owing to the fact that they were filming in Hong Kong.
Yeah, good. It's good cinematography and good visual texture.
Yeah.
Visual texture.
And again, like the backstory between Mr. Han versus Mr. Miyagi, both characters suffer a form of survivor's guilt, but the whole thing with Mr. Han is that the situation that he survived was of his own making, because him and his wife were arguing over something while he was driving. He crashed. He survived, and she didn't.
Yeah. Also, Jackie Chan, very good dramatic actor.
People don't give Jackie Chan enough credit for how good of a fucking dramatic actor he is, and Karate Kid is a really good showcase of his dramatic chops.
Yeah.
Like that scene where he is just in the broken down car, just sobbing about his past, is really well done. It's so good.
Yeah, damn it! Now I want to watch Karate Kid again. Put it on the list.
I'm putting
put that shit on the
fuck
list.
Yeah,
I will
I'm putting
definitely
that on the
watch that
list. Absolutely putting Karate Kid on the list. But oh yeah, I was not able, unfortunately, for a number of reasons, I was not able to get Spider-Man remastered on PC. Number one, because it's $60. Number one, because it's $60. And number two, the PC version has some performance hitches at launch that are probably going to get patched over in the following months. I'm probably going to get it on sale during the summer, during like the winter sale.
Yeah.
But instead, because
by then we might have a really, really good Black Cat loot mod.
Ha 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 ha. An actually lewd one.
We're getting there. We had a really disappointing one, and then we had a pretty good one. But we're getting there.
Oh no.
Although I will say I've seen some screenshots of a mod where it just removes your mask, and let me tell you, that model was definitely designed with the mask in mind.
Yeah. Oh no, not a boob window.
Oh yeah, because the first time someone put up like a lewd mod, and it's literally just the same full suit except there's a slight boob window, and you're like, that's not even to the standard of the comics usually. Like, come on, man.
Welcome to the 1980s.
But then someone else made another one that like had a little more skin on the legs and like midriff and everything. So
yeah,
like
and
it was
that
actually
one looked
a
a lot
better.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. And it had some beautiful asymmetry.
But yeah, with Spider-Man Remastered, I'm gonna wait for the winter sale. By then it'll most
the
likely
wiener sale.
Yeah.
By then it'll be most likely patched up, so it'll be a lot more consistent in its performance.
Kevin,
Zeke.
Speaking of PC gaming.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Do tell, Zeke.
It's happening. It's finally happening, Kevin.
And I helped.
Yes, you did. I'm getting a laptop upgrade next week. A pretty good one.
Zeke came to me on a random day, like a few days ago, and was like,
Monday night, I believe.
Yeah, random night, and Zeke was like, Kevin, I'm having second thoughts about getting a Steam Deck. I think my money would be better spent looking for a good deal on a laptop. And I'm like, okay, let me look that up for you. And I found basically the perfect deal for Zeke.
Oh yeah, this is a great deal.
Yeah, like his laptop, to put into perspective, is cost him $900.
About $950
plus tax. $900 plus tax. Meanwhile, mine was $750, and that's including tax. And his laptop runs circles around mine so fucking thoroughly.
Yeah. We should clarify, I don't have it yet. It's coming in I'm waiting. It's gonna, I'm picking it up at Best Buy next week.
Yeah, but yeah, like Zeke was not expecting to buy a $900 laptop, but the deal was too good to pass up.
Yeah, this thing would have normally, with tax, probably been about $1,300.
12 to 1,300, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was $1,200 like retail, so like with tax at that level, it would have been almost $1,300.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like $952 with tax at Best Buy. It's the Gigabyte A5 K1, specifically the Ryzen 5 version. There's a Ryzen 7 version. This is the Ryzen 5 version.
Yeah, your version has a Ryzen 5 5600H, which is the upgraded version of what my laptop has as a CPU, and it's a really, really good CPU. It has an RTX 3060 in it.
Yep.
Versus my laptop's 1650, which is aging like milk.
Yeah. Which for 1080p, which is what the display is, 3060 is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and it's got like a 144 hertz display, so that's fucking great.
That's true. I've never had except for my phone, I've never had a 144 hertz display before.
Yeah, and now you have one that you can actually, get the most use out of it.
That's true. At 1080p, most games are going to run at those frame rates, so...
Oh yeah, you're going to be getting, like, over 100 on a lot of games.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather have higher frame rate than higher fidelity. Like the people who
Yeah.
can manage 4K at like 144 hertz, like congratulations. I'm glad your mom bought you a new PC for your basement.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
But like, if I have to choose the two, I'd rather go 1080p because that still looks fine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially
yeah,
on like a
better frame
15.6 inch
rates.
screen, it's still
Yeah.
pretty
Besides,
good.
we all know that graphical fidelity is not actually what makes games look good. It's art direction.
Yeah.
And you're not losing a lot of that art direction.
Although
just by
Although to be fair, if you turn down the settings enough, you start to lose the art direction. To be fair.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But
Yeah.
Again, this is why lower resolution is fine.
Yeah.
Like 1080p is perfectly serviceable for getting that art direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In its full glory.
Yeah.
Besides, all the best games aren't AAA titles; they're indie games these days anyway, and most of those don't give a shit. They're like, you can run that shit at 480p and still get the experience.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Yeah, I have been of the opinion that like I don't really need above 1080p for games, not for a while. I would rather push higher frame rate rather than higher resolution.
I will say though, having gotten used to a PS5 which runs on performance modes tend to be 1440 upscaled to 4K at 60.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Like you actually do appreciate especially on my monitor isn't super big. It's a 31 and a half inches. So like the increased detail actually is really nice. So if you can and still get good frame rates, then yeah, I think finding that balance is actually a good thing to strive for. Like I know, Kevin. I've been sort of a junkie lately, and I'm going to be more of a junkie when I actually get the thing. Always chasing those higher and higher frame rates.
I'm aware.
I do think there is eventually a point of diminishing returns. Like I don't really think. I feel like if you have over 144, you can probably bump up the resolution a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's a balance.
Like you can bump it up to like 1440p. Yeah.
Yeah, but for a 15.6 inch screen, 1080p is fine, and especially when you're pushing out that many frames.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
And like the setup for your laptop is good enough to where like you can run games at like good frame rates at higher settings for like a good few years to come.
Yeah, it's gonna be
be a while before your laptop starts to lag as much as mine is.
Yeah, that intersection of 1080p and a 3060 is a nice sweet intersection for performance, and it's going to be for at least probably the next 5 years or so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, it has the most important feature, Kevin.
It does.
A backlit keyboard. Finally,
with programmable colors.
Finally, my brother can no longer mock me. He's mocked me at that back.
Rainbow keyboards are awesome.
Yep. I should know. I have one.
So do I, and I have my buttons programmed for different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like WASDF, JK are all one color.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like my other gaming buttons are all blue.
Yeah.
My non-gaming buttons are red.
Once I have a backlit keyboard, I won't need this fucking lamp anymore that all it does is blare Ein Sing Lang at me when the power goes out. I don't know why it's programmed to do that. I can't get it to stop. But every time the power goes out and it comes back on, whenever this lamp boots up, first of all, it fucks with the time. Like I've gotten to the point where I don't even bother resetting the time anymore because I don't fucking care. In a week and a half, it's gonna reset itself. Currently, it is 5:25 p.m. on February 12th, if you want to know.
I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's accurate, Zeke.
No, but you can tell by that exactly how long it's been since I last lost power, which is about a month and a half.
Yeah.
But every time the power comes back on after being off, this thing blares Ein Sing Lang. So in the middle of the night, I'll just wake up to like,
This is a 5 a.m. and you hear that.
This fucking lamp. I'm always worried it's going to wake up the whole house. It never seems to, but I'm always worried.
I would shoot my fucking lamp.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, if
I
anyone
would
other
just grab
than
my
me
gun
owned
from underneath my bed and go bang bang.
Oh yeah, this thing is a long, like stick-like design. I can just imagine you getting woken up by Einstein lying. You just reach over and just snap it like a pencil. Yeah.
I mean, my phone wakes me up by going key, wake the fuck up every morning.
Well, when
And-
you want to wake up, that's not as bad, you know.
yeah, and it's fine. But
See,
if it did
that
that
one's
shit at like
something
2 in the
you've
morning, when I'm
controlled.
trying- but it
Yeah.
seems like if it did that shit in 2 in the morning, I'd throw it across the room and I'd say, "Shut the fuck up, Kiara."
Yeah.
I love you, bae. Anyway,
I love you, Kiara, but shut the fuck up. I want a couple more hours of sleep. At least.
It's like that Jeremiah song. I love you, but fuck you. No, that's Tech 9. I got that mixed up.
You keep getting, like, the artists for different songs mixed up all the time, dude. Like, this has been a consistent thing very recently, and I'm starting to get a little concerned.
There's a lot of music in my life historically, Kevin. I'm a musical person.
So back to the Dragon Ball thing. I think it's really funny that this movie, which had Broly in it, debuted on the same day that Vic Magnolia lost his second appeal.
Why do both of you, like, have just, like, the worst incorrect pronunciations of his last name?
Because his last name is spelled by a toddler. That's why.
You say Manoia. Zeke says Manoina.
That's how he says it.
No, he doesn't. He says Manana.
That must be a recent development.
No. Oh my god.
I swear there was a clip of him saying Manoina.
I don't.
Doodlebob, no! Doodlebob, no! Don't assault the woman!
But where is my hug, honestly?
It just reminds
Right,
me of a
where's
thing
my
that I
hug?
saw last night where someone on Twitter was like, I remember, there was this one time at an anime convention in 2004 when I was 14 where I met Vic and he, got really close and he felt me up and he felt up my sweater and a lot of people were just like, do you have pictures?
Well, a lot of the photos were doctored, though.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a little weird, champ, that all y'all
also
are
wanna-
asking for a picture of a 14-year-old getting felt up.
There's that aspect to it.
I don't know. I've met Monica Rial before, and I do not, and like I've met and spoken to her at length, and it's just like I've never gotten the opinion that she was like a scumbag liar.
Well, that's the thing, is that my understanding is that the case, it wasn't actually about whether or not he did these things, it was just he failed the defamation case. So he failed to prove that they defamed his character, basically.
Yeah.
Which is different than saying that he actually did all the things they said he did. It's just they haven't proved that they lied about it.
Yeah, no.
Tell Twitter about it.
Yeah, it's just funny that that like this entire thing began when the last Dragon Ball movie came out, and it ends when the next Dragon Ball movie comes out.
Toriyama, he's following the case very closely.
Yeah.
Clearly.
This is the secret meta lore of Dragon Ball movies, is they come out during times to punctuate a bunch of drama in the society.
It does actually remind me of that tweet I made where I'm like, it's crazy how Nick News stopped as soon as Trump was elected, and then it came back as soon as he was unelected.
Yeah.
I didn't know Nick News was still happening.
They brought it back.
It wasn't for a few years. That's the thing.
Yeah, they stopped Nick News during the Trump presidency, and then they brought it back as soon as he lost the next one.
I mean, can you imagine trying to teach kids what kofefe is? I mean, that'd be really difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It might be a coincidence, but it's a very funny coincidence.
God,
Yeah.
give me a second. That reminds me of something. Hold on.
Breaking news. I'm just remembering the bit from Autotune, the news. It's like, breaking news. News is broken in your face. Obama elects Sotomayor. Oh, she is shoddy.
Yeah, there was a fucking, oh yeah, like in fucking Snack World, which is a video game that came out a few years ago, they actually, like, the localizers actually put in a fucking Cov Fifi reference into the English version.
Oh, yeah.
At the point where it was, like, a reference that was, like, a full year outdated.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that was the drama of the week.
It was really bad.
I actually remember there was a point he did that. He posted on Truth Social about how his Mar-a-Lago that's a stupid name for a place. Estate was raided by the FBI, and people were saying that he said stole because he couldn't spell confiscated, and somebody I read was like confiscated. That was funny.
Confiscated.
That's really funny.
That is actually, I believe, that's a conspiracy theory I can get behind. I think he couldn't actually spell confiscated, and he said stole in that moment. I believe that.
No, you don't understand. I have the best grammar.
Professors the world over. They're so impressed with my grammar.
They're so impressed with my grammar.
I didn't think anybody could have a worse grasp on the English language than Bush Jr. But
Yeah.
Trump just proved it, man. He reached for the stars.
Yeah.
Follow your stupid fucking
I
dreams.
misunderestimated him.
He doesn't even have the excuse of the speech impediment. He's just that stupid.
Yeah, I just misunderestimated him. Anyway, that's
one of my
favorite Bush.
One of my favorite historic Reddit posts is the long explanation of how historically Trump has always been a pants-shitting retard, and I say that because they use that phrase over and over again.
That's hilarious.
That is a great Reddit post.
Your Honor, my defense is Trump is a pants-shitting retard, and the Honor like, oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, he's got a point there.
Yeah.
All right, guilty.
That is one of my favorite Reddit posts of all time, and I should find that again and read that. At some point.
Absolutely fucking read that. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
I can, you know what? Hold on. Trump pants shitting
Google is just like, what the fuck?
retard.
Trump pants-shitting compilation. 4K.
2 girls, 1 Trump. Oh wait, maybe that's what he was filming at the porn house when he was having sex with that one porn star.
I'm pretty sure that's happened.
Trump shit his pants. Reddit got upset and locked the post, so here it is again.
Not that one.
Okay, not that one.
No, that's very funny, but that's not a. I'll find it.
Okay, please do, because also apparently Trump shit his pants at one point. Great.
Oh yeah.
He's a literal pants shitting retard.
He literally wears.
I mean, are we going to be honest here? Or are we going to be candid with ourselves to play devil's advocate here and admit that once in a while, when we've had stomach problems, we might have shit our pants at one point in our adult life?
That has happened.
Yeah. Yep. I think if everybody in this thread and everybody in this podcast and if everybody watching is being totally candid with themselves, they'd admit that a little bit of poopy leaked out at one point.
A little bit of poopy.
A little bit of poopy leaked out at one point, and we had to kind of quietly deal with that shit in the bathroom.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's all true. But it happened to someone we don't like. Therefore,
I understand where the motivation for this joke is coming from. I'm just saying it's a little bit disingenuous. We're all pants-shitting retards in God's eyes. We're all pants-shitting retards in God's eyes.
I don't believe in God, therefore I can't be. So there you go. That's how I get around that.
My God has orange ears and my head has orange hair and cat ears, so I don't have room to talk either.
Well, I hope she doesn't think you're a pants-shitting retard.
I don't get the impression she does. I think she thinks I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
Based?
She tolerates me.
Kevin, how does your God feel about you?
I don't know. He never answers my calls.
Does she even know you exist? Mine knows I exist. That's pretty fulfilling.
Good for you.
You'll notice I said actual God and not Oshi.
Yeah.
But again, I don't believe in an actual God, so there's really no difference to me. All your religions are equally stupid in my eyes.
I mean, that's fair.
Zeke over here being the true equalizer here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm all for.
I mean, she's my Oshi, but she's also my God.
Yeah. So anyway, Seberdine, what have you been up to in the last couple of weeks?
You ever call me that again, and I'll rip your throat out.
I was gonna say, when the words were coming out of your mouth, I knew he was not gonna take it well.
Okay, Kiara. Never pronouncing my fucking name correctly. Actually, it's funny. I sent Calliope Mori a super chat the other day during her bikini drug stream, and she pronounced my name Jerorar, not Jerorar. Instead of Jerorar, she pronounced it Jerorar. Big ups to you. And I was like, I want to strangle you, and
You're
this
like,
time it's not sexual.
And it begins.
I want to strangle you, and this time it's not sexual. Like, I was perturbed.
I was also going to point out that Cetadine sounds like an oil like sheik's name.
You just can't win, buddy. You can't win.
Anyway, now that we've
Cetadine of Saudi Arabia.
I still remember when I went to YomaCon, and like I got up and I was like, by the way, I was like, hi, I'm Saradin, and she was like, Saradin, and I was like, oh my god, you pronounced my name correctly. And she got extremely tsundere towards me for a minute. She was like,
talked about that. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I always pronounce your name correctly, and I'm like, no, you fucking don't. Fucking stupid idiot. I love you though. But no, we also, since the last time, I believe, did we do Lord of the Rings?
We did. We watched all Lord of the Rings.
So if you remember last podcast, I went on an endless tirade on Kevin here on Charmander because he hadn't seen Lord of the Rings, and he values himself as a film critic. You're not allowed to be a film critic if you haven't seen the best fucking movies ever made. Fight me. I will give you my address in the description of this video. Come fucking fight me.
Yeah, so
also, you can find me with your mom later.
Yeah,
anyway.
So that very night, like, we
so
were going
that very night, we watched,
we were going to watch...
I'm telling the story!
Okay.
It's like my favorite line from Pirates of the Caribbean. Anyway, I'm telling the story! Yeah, you guys have talked enough. Shut the fuck up. Let me talk. But yeah, so Kevin was like, all right, I was like, we are watching at least the first one, Fellowship. And so we watched the extended versions, and he was so enamored by it that which I knew he would be, that at like 12:30 at night when we finished with it, he was like, do you gotta go to bed anytime soon? I was like, no. And he was like, can we watch Two Towers? And I was like, yes, let's go.
Yeah, I specifically was like, I could watch Two Towers right now, and you were like, let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go! Yeah, no, they're my favorite films of all times. They are some of the most finely crafted films ever made, bar none. And if your opinion does not agree with that, then you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. You're a fucking idiot.
You know, these movies are
like,
fucking amazing.
A classless, cultureless swine, if you don't believe that these are some of the best movies ever made, if not the best.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, after I finished these movies, I went into my library and checked out The Hobbit.
The book, not the movie.
The book, yes, not the movies.
Which, my mother read me The Hobbit when I was a child, before Lord of the Rings movies came out, and so that's one of the reasons I was excited to see it. And I didn't know anything about Lord of the Rings because she hadn't read me those, but she read me The Hobbit, and I was very taken with it. And then Lord of the Rings became some of my favorite films of all time. I remember going into Lord of the Rings thinking it would be like The Hobbit, where it's like one book, one story. And when the movie ended and Sauron wasn't defeated, I was like, I don't understand. It's what? Is it over? And she's like, there's going to be 2 more movies. And I was like, oh yeah! It's like, I was like, that's so cool! We get more! Like, this is before, you have to remember, back in those days, movies did not frequently get sequels. Nowadays, anything that's marketable gets a sequel.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. And back then, it was not the status quo in Hollywood to constantly pump out sequels. So the fact that we were getting 2 more really excited me as a kid. That I would get to return to this universe and see more of it. And then I enjoyed Two Towers and Return of the King more than I do Fellowship. All 3 of them are fantastic, and I love all 3 of them, but I didn't realize that they were just going to keep getting better. And I think Two Towers is probably my favorite of the 3. But Return of the King is also just excellent. But yeah, so, and then I think it was the next night we finished Return of the King.
We did,
And then Kevin bawled his eyes out, because of course you do.
The ending is so good!
Yeah, the first time you see Frodo leave the shores, it's kind of a heart-wrencher. But yeah, no, excellent movies. We finally cultured him. He's no longer cultureless swine. You may now somewhat take his opinions about movies and cinema and anime seriously, because he now has a good metric in which to measure them by.
Okay.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. He's not dismissing all of his fucking opinions.
I've been rolling my eyes for the past 80 episodes.
It's like, this guy hasn't even seen Lord of the Rings yet. Ugh.
Yeah, seriously.
Every time, actually.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those quintessential pieces of cinema. And I know Zeke brought up the point that like the movies are kind of the perfect storm of circumstances where you had a director that was extremely passionate about doing a faithful adaptation of the movies. And yes, I know they changed a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I think it worked for for cinema. Because like the Lord of the Rings novels really do read kind of like an encyclopedia more than they do. They read like a history book, or a history book or an encyclopedia, more than they do like an adventure story. They don't. I have found the books extremely dry. I have not been able to get through the books. But there's a lot of stuff there that's just filler. There's a lot of songs. There's a lot of world building. Some of it necessary, some of it's not. So I think what Peter Jackson did with his passion, being able to turn it into something adaptable for the screen, was incredible. And then also, and so also, it's one of those things where there's a wonderful mix of practical effects where they can be done. Anywhere they can be done, they use practical effects. They use actual set building. You can go visit Hobbiton. Right now, if you want to, in New Zealand, it is a tourist attraction, and it is the set from from Hobbiton. They built that entire set.
Could you guys hold on for a second? My roommate just got back. I need to move to a different room. I'm just gonna pause, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh my god.
Sorry for the Jesus. Sorry for the break we had to take there. Kevin did manage his space well. But they were kind of a perfect storm of elements where practical effects were used whenever and wherever they could. Set design was used. I know that they actually built what's it called? The capital city of
Minas Tirith?
No, the other one.
Oh,
you guys know
Rohan.
the...
Yeah, I know of Rohan. I don't remember what it's called. The Westfold? No,
No, the Westfold is like the suburbs and the farmlands.
Yeah.
Um,
what is the city called? I don't remember.
You guys know these movies and books more than I do, so...
Anyway, they built that entire. It's the city on the hill with the meat hall at the top.
Yeah.
They actually built that whole set. Those are all real buildings, and that is a real hill in New Zealand that they built that set on. And so they used practical effects and set building.
Edoras.
Edoras. That's right. And then and of course the makeup effects are unparalleled. In those
fuck
films.
yeah!
Like the orcs look like orcs. They don't look like people in costumes.
And like each individual orc has a like very, very distinct design to it. Like it's not just like one design of orc just plastered across.
Yeah, they could have made like the key characters, like the ones with actual speaking roles, have unique looks, and then just copy pasted a bunch of makeup effects. But every single one of them is different, and it really gives such an organic feel to the movie.
It makes it feel a lot more like believable and realistic, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. And so that when there are scenes where they need 1,000 extras, they just brought on 1,000 extras, or a couple hundred, and then they copy pasted them using some computer effects. But again, the computer effects are used sparingly and where only when absolutely necessary.
If I remember correctly,
it gives the film an excellent look.
I can't remember if it was for Two Towers or for Return of the King, but they actually developed a CG crowd program where it had like 999 different CG generated characters with AI designed to have them move around realistically. But
yes. So there were some new technologies at play too, and the CG when it is used is incredible and holds up to this day. And again, it's because they didn't just abuse the system and half-ass it. They picked, and it came down to picking and choosing what CG was good at doing back then, and then doing what they could do very well.
Yeah.
You compare this to Marvel movies, and Marvel movies have some of the worst CG in modern films. They really just do.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's very lackluster. Considering the budgets of these films, the CG is just overdone and very lackluster, and it makes the worlds feel very plastic. Yeah, whereas Lord of the Rings, like the things like the trolls and Gollum just seamlessly meld into this world.
Yeah, the thing with Lord of the Rings is that like the visual design and the special effects went through a ton of different pre-production iteration visualizations. Like, everything was very deliberately designed in Lord of the Rings, comparative to a lot of superhero movies and, like, major motion pictures now, where films are just kind of, like, shot in a way where they can just do everything in post, and they can just figure it out from there. Like, it's not, like, nothing's really shot with purpose, it's just kind of, shoot so we can make something out of it later.
Yeah, I mean, most Marvel movies are shot entirely in a screen room, and then everything else is just added. Very few things are actually shot on site anymore, and that's a real.
If you've ever wondered why, if you've ever wondered why 60% of Marvel movies end against an overcast sky, it's because gray is very easy to do in CG.
Yeah, so no, it's just so it's this wonderful period. It's this wonderful time where CG was just up and coming, but was still reaching levels of technology that made it, good looking.
Yeah.
If done correctly. But they still relied on old cinematography techniques, like good camera angles were used a lot. John Rhys Davies is like 6 feet tall. Okay.
The camera work done to make both...
And be able to make him to look like a dwarf next to all of these actors that are shorter than him was just incredible work.
Yeah, like getting John Rhys Davies as well as the Hobbit actors to actually look to scale was amazing.
Yeah. It does help that Ian McKellen is also above 6 feet tall, so making Gandalf taller than the rest of them was not as difficult. But, it does help that Ian McKellen is also very tall. And so is Saruman, I can't remember his name. Christopher Lee is also fairly tall. But so they did have some help with some of the actors being very tall versus other ones, but still the cinematography is just fantastic. They used a lot of camera angles and set design and makeup and stuff to really bring this world to life. Just the kind of painstaking detail that you're just not allowed to do anymore in Hollywood. You're just not allowed to do it. Nobody's going to take a risk of time and energy and staff and create and going to put so much creative talent into one film anymore.
Yeah.
When you can just CG the whole fucking thing and make just as much money, and that's kind of the issue with Hollywood being a business first and artistic endeavor second in most cases. There are a couple of studios that break this mold with varying levels of success. Like A24 usually comes up with some interesting art pieces. The guy who directed The Northman, also The Lighthouse, also The Green Knight,
Robert Eggers.
Yeah, Robert Eggers is producing some pretty good indie schlock these days. The Northman was actually the biggest budget film he's actually made.
Yeah.
I saw that movie. I was a little disappointed in it. It is more of a surrealist experience than it is a Viking action movie. So if you go into it wanting a Viking action movie, you'll be disappointed. Don't worry, there's fight scenes in it, but they're not big, explosive things. They're small, they're short-lived, and they only exist to move the story as much as they absolutely need to, and then it's back to more surrealism.
Yeah.
And some of those shots can be great, but some of those surrealist shots can be fantastic. But overall, I was a little disappointed by the film because I think it leaned a little too hard into surrealism, and I wanted a bit more of a human story there. And not to say the human element isn't there. I do find how the characters grow in that fantastic. But sidebar about that there are some Hollywood directors that are doing good work, but they're not getting big budgets. If you want to make a big budget film, the thing is that Hollywood looks at it and says, well, we have to make this much money back, and they'll make a projection at the head and they'll say, oh, you want to make this fantasy movie, well, we'll give you this budget. And they're like, but we want to do the next Lord of the Rings, we want to immerse people in this world, and we're like, yeah, but we have to make but that's too much of a risk, and we're not going to and if you're going to do that, then we'll just give you a CG team.
Speaking of
a movie like that can never be remade.
Yeah, speaking of A24, one of my favorite movies this year was Everything Everywhere All at Once. And that movie was made on a budget of $25 million. So, as far as,
well, it's what happens when you have really good creative talent working with what they can work with.
Oh, yeah.
Limitations breed creativity.
The end result of Everything Everywhere is fucking awesome. I love that movie. It's just... I find it so interesting that the movie had, such a... The thing is, it uses a lot of, smaller location shooting, rather than, extensive CG or, large-scale location shooting. It's actually a fairly small movie in terms of its scale. It's just that there's so much going on in the plot that it feels a lot bigger than it actually is. Like, it's actually a very creatively done movie.
Yeah, but anyway, back to Lord of the Rings. Like, it's just one of those perfect storms of, like, it was at the right time where practical effects hadn't been tabooed yet by Hollywood. A company like New Line was willing to take risks at the time. And not a lot of studios, even then, but especially not now, are willing to take any risk whatsoever. But CG was also at the point where it could help enrich a story and create good environments without looking like those movies. Still, the effects in Lord of the Rings still hold up today. Like, they still hold up very well today because they fit seamlessly into the universe in which has been created around them. And it's one of those things where it's like, when we talk about movies that can never be remade, that is one of those films that can never be remade because Hollywood won't allow it.
Yeah, I can agree with you there.
Yeah, Hollywood would never allow something like that to be remade, and it just sucks because Hollywood has become such a business and so bankrupt as far as.
Okay, to clarify, it doesn't suck that they won't remake it. We don't want them to remake it.
No, we don't want perfect as is.
Yeah. You know, the movies are damn near as close to perfect movies as you can get. So I'm glad that Kevin has finally watched them. Fucker.
Finally, you have value as a human being.
Next time I find out you haven't seen a good movie, that I'm gonna yell at you again on this podcast.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, no.
Go ahead.
Also,
name a movie.
Okay. Also, can I suggest a movie for the spinny wheel thing?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Have you guys ever seen Battle Los Angeles?
A long time ago.
I've seen the Red Letter Media thing on it.
Cool. That movie's fantastic.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of
If you're thinking of Battle for Los Angeles, that is the bootleg ripoff of that movie.
No, not that one. I'm thinking. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of it's the John Carpenter movie.
No. So Battle Los Angeles
Escape to
is.
LA.
You're thinking that movie. So no, Battle Los Angeles is literally it's an alien invasion movie during a short-lived period where we had like an alien invasion movie craze again.
Yeah.
That kind of was ended and killed with Independence Day resurgence.
Yeah.
But also included Skyfall or not Skyfall.
The Bond movie had aliens in it.
No. I mean, have you seen like the actor who plays Bond? Like, he's kind of an
Daniel
alien.
Craig.
Have you seen Daniel
What
Craig?
was that other movie that we were going to put on?
Fucking weird. He's fucking weird handsome to a weird degree.
Karate Kid remake.
Right.
But yeah, add Battle Los Angeles to that. It's got Aaron Eckhart anchoring the cast, and it is a realistic. It asks the question: if aliens attack tomorrow, how would our modern military deal with it? And it is a very grounded. Movie about a detachment of Marines, many of them very green, dealing with a mission to help evacuate Los Angeles before the entire thing is nuked, to deal with the infestation. And it's a really good movie. It was very underrated and very harshly criticized for a lot of things, but overall, for what it's trying to accomplish, it does it flawlessly.
That's good to know. Because like at the time, I heard like fairly mixed reviews of the movie.
Yeah, there are some people that will say, it wasn't very exciting, and a lot of the stuff was contrived, and there weren't any big explosive set pieces and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, but that's not the point. It's almost like The Predator, where it's not about big military battles. It's about watching a group trying to survive against impossible odds. And so a lot of the scenes are very zoomed in to show their perspective and very isolated. And also the effects are done by the same team that did the effects for District 9. So the aliens are very realistic.
District 9 is also on the list.
Yeah, so it's a good film. It's one of my favorites. It's honestly one of my favorite little films, guilty pleasure films.
Yep.
I would. That was one of those films that took a lot of risk doing what it did, because that was kind of at the beginning of the alien invasion genre, which, you know, people are just like, okay, this is a dumb genre. Let's be honest here. But I think it did the best job telling a very human story. Or a lot of very human stories within such a ridiculous environment. But anyway,
Did you just call Los Angeles a ridiculous environment?
No, I'm talking about a situation where we're being invaded by fucking water-sucking aliens. A ridiculous environment.
Oh. Yeah. I can see it.
But yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot. I've been stuck in a car working 12-hour shifts, 5 days or 4 days a week.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the end result is that 90% of the time you're just like, I'm home, I can chat, and I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about.
I don't care. Just show up.
Fair.
Sometimes I'm just lonely, man, and I just want to talk to another human being.
You know, this is understandable. This is fair. This is fair.
Yeah, so it is what it is, but you know, I've just been trying to recover my savings after I went to Germany, and so I can start saving towards next year. I also broke my gamer chair today. It's not really a gamer chair. It was like a $50 chair I got. It's like a $50 chair I got from. Oh, it's been wearing down for a while now. I was just waiting for it to break, and it finally broke today. So it was only a $50 chair, and it lasted for almost a year. So I'm not exactly broken up about it. Right. I just got to get rid of it, and at some point, hopefully with my next check, I'll pick up another chair.
Okay.
So right now I'm sitting in one of the chairs from my living room. So, also my birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks.
Oh shit.
The first person who buys me a Kiara blow-up doll gets a prize and also a punch in the face. Anyway.
What day is your birthday specifically?
September 2nd.
Ah, okay. Good to know. Note
Yeah,
made.
I also went camping last weekend, just for one night. It rained most of the time, but it was a nice escape. And I've got a friend who's now finally interested in fishing after 30 years of me trying to get him to try to go fishing. And he's now he went on a family vacation with his brother and stuff, and they decided to go fishing. And he's like, "Yeah, this isn't so bad." And I'm like, "Bruh, fishing's amazing. Let's go fishing." So hopefully I'm going to get to do that later.
Hey, Nico, let's go bowling!
Kazen, let's go bowling!
I also bought a new Dakimakura.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Spicy chicken. Anyway, it's a spicy chicken Dakimakura. But yeah, that's really all.
Put yourself between two of them. You're a spicy chicken sandwich.
Don't give me fucking ideas.
Oh, I'm doing this on purpose.
I feel like that's
I will
unhealthy.
have you know.
I feel like
I'm doing this on purpose.
I feel like that's unhealthy levels of coping and fantasy at that point.
You're not already there.
So I'm at borderline unhealthy behavior, not unhealthy behavior. Thank you. I'm also, like I said, I have a gaming PC, and the other day I was like, you know what, I haven't played Skyrim, and you want to know what I haven't ever done a full, like, modded out version of is Skyrim, because I've never had a PC that could run it, and I've had this PC for over a year now, and I still haven't done that. So I am now in the process of doing a total graphics overhaul of Skyrim, which is actually
as we speak.
Right now. As we speak, actually,
yep.
Which is why I dipped out earlier, because I'm downloading at about 12 megabytes per second right now. About 350 separate graphical mods that are all part of a package that works seamlessly with itself. And so, yeah. Oh, it is halfway done now, which means I've only got about another 3 hours to go before I can start progressing. But yeah, so I will be diving back into Skyrim with glorious upgraded graphics, animations, and scripting.
It's what you've been waiting for all along.
Yeah. Also, we got news that there's a new Armored Core game, and basically, we knew it was coming, but we've basically gotten confirmation now that a new Armored Core game is coming at the beginning of next quarter, and I cannot wait for a bunch of these. You know, schlock news outlets who just want to cover FromSoft games, who have never heard of Armored Core, but they want to cover FromSoft games because Elden Ring is so popular. Yeah. And I just want them to be like, the next From Software game is Elden Ring with mechs, and I'm just gonna laugh at all of the fucking. I'm gonna laugh so hard at their fucking stupid ignorance. They haven't paid attention to this fantastic series for so many years. And suddenly they're like, we need clicks, so do something on the next FromSoft game that we don't understand whatsoever. But yeah, new Armored Core game, which it seems like a reboot, complete reboot because this one doesn't even take place on Earth, apparently, according to the leaks.
Oh,
It doesn't take place in the solar system. It takes place on an alien solar system with humans.
interesting.
It takes place in an alien solar system in its own sci-fi universe now. So they're not doing the whole Earth and Mars thing.
I just saw that thread. Man, can Adam Conover stop being so based all the time?
Oh,
But
the
yeah,
one that I
Miyazaki
retweeted.
is essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Miyazaki has essentially confirmed that the next project is basically in its final steps, and so we're expecting it sometime in the first quarter of next year.
Sounds good to me.
It does. I can't wait to stomp around in a giant fucking jet-powered mech
Giant fuck
with
off
designs
robot.
by with the designs by the legendary Shoji Kawamori.
So
Kevin,
sounds
I
good.
have a game. I have game news specific to my interests.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Do tell.
Sohei Nikawa has resigned as president of NIS.
Really? Really?
Yes. Yep. He's gone. He's not even on the. He's not even going to be on the board anymore. His only role is going to be a consultant to NIS America.
Wow.
You know, he's just out. He's just out. And honestly, I love the guy. I love his energy. I love his stupid hat. But I do think he was kind of. I do think his sort of idiosyncrasies and pigeonhole sort of ideology was kind of holding
you've
back a bit.
Yeah, you've mentioned before that like you don't really think that like he was a good CEO for the last few years, and that like he's kind of held the company back in a lot of regards.
Sohei Nikawa, very creative man,
Yeah.
and I think he's a great writer when he wants to be. I don't think he's a great businessman, and I think that shows in a lot of the decisions the company's made
Yeah.
over the past like decade. So, I think this might be a good thing for NIS. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss him showing up on live streams in a printy hat. It's gonna be sad.
Oh, sad face.
No more printy hat.
No putting in hat for you.
No printy hat. Kevin, you know what? You smell that?
What do I smell?
It smells like the end of this segment.
Ah, yeah, you don't really have you haven't really had a whole lot going on aside from waiting for your laptop and playing Cult of the Lamb.
Right, I did. Right, yes, I did. I did play Cult of the Lamb. I'll probably talk about that more another time though, because
Yeah.
I've stopped playing it because of some pretty annoying bugs.
Yeah, I understand that the PlayStation version is pretty damn buggy.
All versions are pretty damn buggy. I mean, like the Steam versions had a couple of patches out, but there's still like some pretty rampant issues.
Right.
This game just came out too early.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very forthcoming with the with their they're very understanding, very forthcoming. The devs are really cool, but like this was forced out the gate too early.
Yeah.
I remember saying, man, I hope it doesn't like because there were rumors before that it was going to come out around Halloween, and now I'm wishing it did because I feel like they really needed that extra time and they didn't get it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that some other time.
Okay, now it's the end of the segment.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Stay tuned to the bakagaijinshow. Hey, welcome back to the bakagaijinshow with those three fucks you know.
Hey, yo.
I forgot to tell the story, Kevin.
Ah, what story?
The story of how I failed to get movies at Redbox.
Ah, please enlighten us with your endeavors.
So I went to Walgreens yesterday, and there's a Redbox outside the Walgreens, and I think Sonic 2 is out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it is.
So I know that, Kevin. Thanks for way to rub it in. I went to the Redbox, and this Redbox was out. It was out of Sonic. No Sonics. And I thought, okay, fine. I'll get DreamWorks The Bad Guys. I've been meaning to see that. They're also at DreamWorks The Bad Guys.
No.
So then I thought, okay, well, there's another Redbox machine outside the Giant Eagle. So I drove the Giant Eagle and went to the one out there, and they had it. And they even did that thing where I put Sonic in the cart, and they're like, hey, you can get another one for 75 cents off. Ooh. And I'm like, fine. I'll get 2 movies. And then I loaded it up, and then it would not take my card. I just kept sticking the card in there. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it reads the chip the other way. And so I put the card the other way, and it still wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't respond. I tried to back out, and it froze up. And I eventually got it to, like, it just reset itself. So I eventually added the movies again, tried again, and the card didn't work. Tried swiping it. It's like, you can't swipe it. The card's chipped. And I'm like, I hate chips so much. But nothing was working. So I'm like, okay, well, it takes like the thing, those wireless things you can do with your phone where you just wave your phone. So here I am standing in front of the Redbox trying to set up Google Pay. And I have to go through a million steps.
Yeah, that's a whole clusterfuck getting Google Pay to work.
Yeah, I'm like, and try to link it to I had to wait for it to link to my PayPal account, and then it's like, you need a screen lock. And I'm like, I don't want a screen lock. You need a screen lock. I'm like, I don't want a screen lock. It's like, well, you can't do Google Pay without a screen lock, apparently, which I don't fucking need because I never leave my house. I'm here or I'm at work, and if I'm at work, it's in my pocket. I don't need a screen lock. It's just an annoyance to me personally. But I set up a screen lock, and then it's like, okay, well, we need you to set up your Google Wallet now. I'm like, okay, why is that a separate app? Why is that a separate app, Kevin? Because you can't use Google Pay without Google Wallet. Yeah. But if you just have Google Wallet, you can't do anything with it if you don't have Google Pay.
Yeah.
Why is it the same app, Kevin?
I don't know.
Why is it the same app? It should be the same app. Why is this 2 apps? Google Pay. As soon as it got to the point where it's like you need to install a second app just to hold a wallet, I gave up. I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
No. I won't. I refuse. And then I didn't get the movies. And there was a woman behind me, and I warned her that the card reader wasn't working, and she's like, oh yeah, that happens to us all the time. I usually just have to wait for it to cycle through like 5-6 times. I'm like, yeah, I don't have the patience.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that so bad.
Yeah, so I just
I just wait for it to cycle through 6 times. No.
Man, I would love to be a fucking suburban white woman with absolutely nothing to do but wait for the Redbox.
Just endless fucking patience.
I wish I hated my children that much.
I'm a suburban white woman, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I couldn't hear him.
I stopped being one a long time ago.
You were a suburban white woman?
I'm sorry, what did I say?
I don't know what you said. I couldn't hear you.
I
don't know what you said.
A lot about you,
but I'm putting it down as a potential title. Sarah stopped being a suburban white woman.
Years ago.
That reminds me of like Matilda when the Trunchbull's like, I hate children, I'm glad I never was one, and you just like have question marks above your forehead.
Yeah.
Children are rotten little weasels, I'm glad I never was one.
Like that just opens up so many questions.
Yeah.
What is he, an Urukai just born out of the ground?
You could totally believe she was just like born out of like an orc hole in the ground as a fully grown, vengeful adult because of how monstrous that woman is.
Oh yeah.
I also want you guys to know I spent like the entire fucking Lord of the Rings conversation and then some, like 35 straight minutes looking for that Trump post, and I could not find it.
Oh no. This is terrible.
One day, perhaps, our paths will cross again. But even without it, Kevin, it's time for the Reddit dive.
Woo!
Come on in. We're like Scrooge McDuck in this place. We're just kind of like, woo.
So you run around without pants and you swim in money.
This is correct, yes. I love the Family Guy version of that. Where he just breaks his bones. It's not a liquid! It's a great many solids!
It's a great many solids that form us.
Like, he's sitting in a heap of broken bones
and blood. Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh, but it's time for the dive.
Once again,
I have a lot of things saved up, so I gotta scroll the fucking way back. Some of them podcast relevant, some of them not. I gotta scroll pretty far back. Where does it begin? Where do we leave off?
Where does it begin? Where does it begin, Zeke? Where does it begin? I don't know.
It begins somewhere around. No, where is it? Nope, we did that one. Let's go back too far. Okay. We'll start with this one if it'll load.
Okay.
It loaded. Okay, good. Based and load build. Am I the asshole for asking a coworker to switch days with me even though it goes against her religious beliefs?
Oh dear.
So, my sister just passed away during childbirth, and her funeral is on Saturday.
Oh.
I was very close to her, and I don't want to miss it. It can't be rescheduled because there's friends and family coming out of town, and it would mess up their schedules. Our family was heartbroken. It happened so abruptly. My dad's even coming from out of state for this, and he rarely comes here. We have an entire nursery we can't even use now. I asked for Saturday off at work to go to the funeral, and I would have to swap out with my coworker who never works Saturdays because of her religion. I asked her, and she said that while she understood she can't come on that day. I pleaded again and again, and she wouldn't budge and told me to stop asking. She won't even work on this one day, even though my sister literally died. I got a heads up from my manager that if I harassed her anymore, I would get written up. I talked with my mother and stepdad about this, and my stepdad is on my side, while my mom and I said I shouldn't insult someone's religion, and I was wrong for even asking. I need this closure, and I'm super frustrated and depressed, and my coworker isn't even talking to me right now, and some of the other coworkers said I shouldn't have asked in the first place. Am I the asshole?
Oh, this is just a bad situation all around. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Ooh, this one hurts. Zeke, this one hurts. It's like, I completely understand the frustration of not being able to... Like, your sister just died suddenly. And, like, there's just this big empty hole in the family, and it's so sudden, and, like... Oh, God. Fuck.
Not the asshole.
I'm gonna go a step further and say there's no assholes here. I'm gonna say there's no assholes here.
I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna respect someone inconveniencing someone in this way and hurting their feelings because of an imaginary set of principles from nonsense. So
I guess so. You can look at it that way, but
it's just arbitrary nonsense. It's like you get a pass to just be a dick to someone for no reason.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but like, I don't think OP's the asshole at the very least.
And like I'm not like, I don't think anyone's under any obligation to cover anyone's shift or anything. I just think the reasoning is incredibly stupid.
What's right?
If you have like, let's see here. Top comment, not the asshole. The real asshole here is your boss. I mean, that's also true.
Yeah.
Screw them for trying to make you find someone to cover you, go to your sister's funeral. Tell your boss you aren't coming that day. They can fire you if they want, but don't miss your sister's funeral. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I'm with that one.
That is also true. The boss is definitely the biggest asshole in this situation.
100%.
I think just demanding employees find cover in the first place is just like, that's your job, asshole.
Yeah, like that's again, we've said it before, that's bad management.
Yeah. Like making sure you have people to fill time and whatever. That's literally your job as manager. Demanding the employees do that it's not their job. That's not their job.
Yeah. Also, if you don't have enough people hired to offset one person not being able to work, then that's your job for not hiring enough fucking people.
Yeah, that's also there was an update. Update. Hello, everyone. I'm so thankful for all the feedback I've received, positive and negative, and though everyone's answers have been all over the place, I just wanted to let you all know that I have apologized to my coworker She understood and said it's okay since my other coworkers are salty that I disrespected her religion, as most of them follow the same religious beliefs. It is a predominantly Jewish community where I work.
Oh, that explains it.
Those fuckers won't even press an elevator button on Saturday. As I'm a minor, I really want to know how that qualifies as work, but okay. As I'm a minor, I'm really thankful for those who gave me good advice on employment laws, how I can leave in the case of family emergencies like this, and I will be contacting her about them. If she fires me, whatever, she's severely understaffed anyway, that's her loss. For those of you saying this is fake, I assure you it's not, it's just a weird coincidence of some of them. Some of you didn't go to the other poster and harass them the same way you did me. I haven't seen the fucking post, I don't know, something. I think the boss might have posted. I didn't see that though. Anyway, I guess that worked out for her. But anyway, in any case,
Yeah,
I'm going to say not the asshole. Not the asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's a fairly cut and dry situation.
Funny, you didn't say that. It sounded like it wasn't going to be at the start for you.
I mean, I needed to hear the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Kevin, you are next.
All right.
Next in the
Yeah.
I'm gonna go DM you. I'm not gonna post them in the boys chat though, because I don't want spoilers for Cuba.
The boys.
Yeah, it's just gonna be private DMs.
Am I the asshole for not realizing that little people meant children? Do I read the edit first?
No, they're one of those fucking stupid people who put the edits on top for some reason.
Okay, this sounds stupid as hell, but it's driving me nuts. I recently got a job at a climbing gym. We have bouldering and ropes. I got a call from a lady asking it was appropriate for a group of little people. Now I assumed she meant, people with dwarfism, short-statured people, etc. It's not like we have a policy for that, but I know people with some forms of dwarfism might have issues with their bones or joints or whatever, so I tell her it should be okay, but all climbing is at your own risk, so if they have any medical issues, they should ask their doctor. Well, the day of their booking comes around, and it turns out the little people are actually a dozen small children. This was a fucking disaster, because there is a strict 2 kids per 1 adult ratio for kids in the gym, and also kids aren't allowed to be out to belay, whatever, until they've been assessed, so we pretty much had to tell them that they couldn't come inside. The lady goes off on me for ruining their weekend, and I have to get my manager to bail me out, after which he laughs his ass off, but also calls me a dumbass for not understanding that she was talking about kids. Who the fuck refers to children as little people? Was I really supposed to anticipate that this woman's use of an extremely specific term actually referred to another group of people entirely? Help me out here, Reddit. Am I the asshole/dumbass? No. If she said little people to me, I would have assumed the same damn thing. Just say kids.
Top comment's pretty good.
Top comment, not the asshole. Ah, shit. Not the asshole. This is why people shouldn't use stupid cutesy euphemisms for kids. Hell, I've worked with kids for over 30 years and never heard anyone refer to them as little people. Little ones maybe, but never little people. Either way, specificity matters. You're absolutely right, by the way, that little people is one of the accurate preferred terms used by people who have various forms of dwarfism to self-describe. You were not at all an asshole, therefore, for making the assumption that you did. In the future, I might suggest that you clarify what the person calling, but it was a safe assumption. That woman was being cutesy and ridiculous. She should have just said children or kids. She used a non-specific term when it was unnecessary, and then got upset when you misunderstood her. That was on her, not you. Not the asshole. Next time, when she means children, she can say children.
Ooh, the next guy's got a conspiracy theory. Dr. Fluffy Buns 2 has a conspiracy.
I can't wait to hear his assessment.
Part of me suspects maybe this woman knew the rules and thought if she didn't mention the words kids, that was her green light to come and play the "but I was told I can." It sounds ridiculous, but I've worked in customer service and learned people can be ridiculous.
That's a conspiracy theory I can get
That
behind.
sounds very believable, considering, the circumstances.
That sounds very white woman. That's a very white woman thing to do.
It's very white. It's very white.
It's Karen-esque.
Right now.
What?
And we wear that with a badge of honor.
Fuck's sake, Christ's sake, I'm out of this podcast. Fuck.
No!
we're offending
Anyway.
him. As an ex-white woman, we're offending him.
But Saradin,
Precisely.
but Saradin, we need you to
I've
read
met
the
a
next
lot
one.
of white women in my life, and you're defaming them.
White women, am I right?
That's some cute ones, too. Anyway.
And Saradin, you said you wanted to start reading posts.
Yeah, so send me something and I'll read it.
All right, let's go. Here's one.
Oh, here we go. Just gotta wait for it to load.
Yep.
This will be an exciting experience. Hopefully my
That's how it be.
Alright, here we go. Am I the asshole for picking my daughter's career for her? My daughter, 17, female, I assume it's female if it's your daughter, has always been a smart girl. She has a huge potential future available for her. She has the ability to become one of the greatest data scientists ever. Okay, I'm sure you think this about your daughter, but I'm skeptical. It's an incredibly rewarding job for her, especially since technology is the way to go for the future and the country we live in is expensive. As a computer scientist myself, I've always loved my job. However, she does not want to be one. Ooh. I've been influencing her since she was 10. She was initially excited, but doesn't want to anymore. She took 2 tech classes in grade 9 and 10, and she isn't taking one in 11th or 12th grade. She says that she wants to be a psychologist and now wants to have a business major. I don't... Oh, okay, there's a typo. It's a right fit for her. I don't think it's a right fit for her.
Yeah.
The former because she doesn't have the social skills needed to become a psychologist. She's autistic. Also, I wasn't aware you had a major in psychology, so how are you qualified to say that? Hell, she couldn't handle her brothers well. How is she supposed to deal with adults with psychological issues? Because they're adults, and she's trained. The latter as well, because it involves dealing with people that can be immature as hell. And she took a business course in grade 10, and she ended up not liking it, so why would she take an entire university program? Yesterday, we sat down and were looking at potential programs. She picked up a few from Bachelor of Commerce program. I tried pushing her to pick the Bachelor of Computer Science program. At the end, she asked if I would support her no matter what she picks. I laughed and told her not to give me a scare. So it's a no then, she asked. I told her that she can take her highlighter, God, there's so many typos in this. Highlight the program she's interested in, and we can discuss. She said that I criticize every program that isn't tech related. I tried convincing her that the tech field is a very rewarding field, and she is smart and capable, and then she snapped. She said that she doesn't care if it's a gold mine, and she's capable enough to handle it. She hates the computer tech field, and I've been forcing her to do it for a long time. She says it's her future, not mine. Not everyone wants to be a tech scientist. She asks how I feel if my father tried to push me to the law field, since it's a rewarding job despite me having no interest in social scientists. Then she stormed out. At that point, I realized I may have pushed her too hard. I just want her to have a bright future with no struggles, but I guess I went about it the wrong way. God, there were so many typos through that. Sorry for my scuffed reading. Like, this guy's...
Yeah. You'd think for a fucking data analyst or whatever, he'd be better at entering keys into computers.
You'd think.
So the funny thing is, this is near verbatim a subplot in a season of Power Rangers. OP's not the asshole.
How'd that work out for them? OP's not the asshole.
Oh, sorry. OP is the asshole. My bad.
Right. I was concerned, Kevin.
Yeah, OP is the asshole.
And I was gonna tell you not to breed, and not just for teeth reasons.
Yeah, no. OP is the asshole here because, as your daughter very clearly stated, this is her future, not yours. She gets to decide what she wants to do in her life, and you should not have a say in it.
Well, no.
Oh.
That is not true.
Oh.
Okay. If your daughter is on drugs and that's the path she wants to take, you have a say in it.
Okay, that's not what I mean.
Okay, you should have a say in it.
Okay, that's
so like the idea that
like
parents
in
should
terms
be
of like a business decision here.
Well, even so, like a parent should try to steer their child into the best possible career path, they should try to steer their child into the best possible path for the future. But the thing is, you should be encouraging and nurturing whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like you should have a hands-on approach, but you should let them tell you the destination and then help them drive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No,
Let
that
them.
makes sense.
What do you want to do? And if you have concerns about it, you should be like, well, I don't think that's a very good field for you. But if they're adamant, well, then you're trying to. Now you're just going to make them unhappy.
Yeah, because
So,
like, the thing that really got me here was like, it's like, oh, don't give me a scare like that. Choosing a different, career path. Like,
what he's obviously trying to do is he wants to choose her destination and then steer the path for her. He wants to drive her car. And that is, he wants to drive her life, and that is when you
I've picked
become
out the
the
perfect future for you.
It's like good parents. A good parent will understand that their child is their own person after a certain point. They are not just a reflection of you, and that nurturing them becoming their own person should be the priority.
Yeah.
If they want to be a psychologist and they've got hurdles to overcome, then they should be. Then they should work to. Then you should help them to work to overcome those obstacles.
Yeah.
Not tell them that the dream is dead and you should just do this instead. That is one of the most discouraging things you can be.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically just admitting you don't believe your kid can improve as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I've got a fat autistic kid and he expects to be an NFL star, I might say maybe find a different career path.
Yeah.
But
because things
honestly, if they're willing to push towards it, I mean, go for it. But I'm not saying support them if their destination is to drive themselves into the dirt. But a psychologist is not that career path. Also, psychologist makes a decent amount of money. And his also point about the autism is just ridiculous because autism is going to cause you struggles no matter where you go in business.
Yeah, top comment. Reddit makes a big deal about this. YTA, also autistic people make great psychologists for other autistic people. I wish that I could find one. Neurotypical psychologists keep trying to cure my autism, and it makes me not want to seek help for my problems.
Yeah.
That's not the barrier you think it is, OP.
Yeah, if anything, that actually gives them
it might be a boon.
Yeah, it actually gives them a more specialized career path.
Yeah. I understand this inclination because basically what I think OP's problem is that he found a path that worked for him, and because he wants the best for her, he's kind of convinced himself that, well, it worked for me, it'll work for you. And that's a very natural fear to have. That's a very natural fear to have. But, at the end of the day, it isn't your life.
Yeah.
So
square peg round hole, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's also the best thing in that situation is to educate yourself about their career path and decide whether, and then at least be able to argue with them at their level. They know they goes into, or at least they should to some extent. So if you really want to argue the point in it, you need to educate yourself, not just rely on what you do.
Yeah, and also it's like there's no surefire things. Like I'm sure there's plenty of failed computer scientists out there. I
was one of them.
Yeah.
I was one of them. I was in computer science for a while in college, and I found out that I enjoyed it, but I couldn't handle the coursework, partially due to depression, partially due to autism, and I just couldn't keep up with the workload. So I am one of those.
Yeah.
So
and that goes for any profession. Like nothing's surefire. If there was a surefire path to prosperity and success,
which again, the best thing he can do as a parent in this case is to help nurture her skill set. Instead of saying don't do that, be a computer scientist. Instead of signing up for a computer science science course during the summer as a fun thing, get her into a social club where she can learn to socialize better and manage her autism. Get her into the when she's a kid, get her into a scouting program, get her into a youth program where she can find friends and build a support network. You can do generic things like that to help nurture whatever future your child is going to end up facing. And that's what he should be doing, is help her drive the car. Don't pick the destination because she wants to go to Disney World and you want to go see Grandpa's Cheese Barn. Okay. don't force her to do that shit. Okay. And don't drive the car. Let her control some of that stuff. She's trying to become her own person.
This metaphor might have led to the Goofy movie. Just realized that.
Well, if we listen to each other's heart, you'll find we're never too far apart.
Truly, the prophetic film of our times.
Goofy movie is actually that really good.
It is a good movie. It's actually a year older than us, though.
It is. It is.
93?
Yep, 93.
Not older than me.
Yep. Okay. Am I the asshole for spending my dead estranged father's money?
All right.
Finally. My dad and I had a very bad toxic relationship when I, 31F, was 20. I told him I never wanted to have contact with him again. I haven't spoken to him since, and he died unexpectedly a few months ago at the age of 56. My dad was always a bit of a slacker, and it turns out he slacked off in writing his will and managing his post-mortem finance plans. Basically, I was listed as the only inheritor of almost all of his stuff. I had no idea about this until he died, but I probably wasn't supposed to get all his money because he made it clear that he despised me. My dad had a very close relationship with his brother, my uncle, and his niece, my cousin, 24F. Apparently, he made some comments to them about how they were his only family. Someday his nice house would be theirs, and so on. When my dad died, my cousin reached out to me and explained that there had been a mistake in his legal situation. His money was supposed to go to them. She showed me tons of pictures on her phone of her family spending time with him as proof that they had a closer relationship. Admittedly, the money should have gone to them, but it didn't. It went to me. So, I told my cousin that it wasn't my fault the money came to me, and I wasn't about to give her any of it just because she was buddies with my cruel dad. I already had made plans for how I wanted to spend a significant portion of the money. I've paid off my student loans, I'm going to buy a house, I bought a new car, nothing too fancy, just something nice. My cousin texted me recently telling me that I was vile for spending the money of a man I hated, a man that she loved. I told her that I was sorry for her loss, but it was rightfully my money. I don't feel bad for spending a cent of it. I've talked to plenty of lawyers, and the money is legally mine, but morally I do think I might be an asshole for spending money that belonged to someone I was estranged from. So I wanted to ask here, am I the asshole?
Did you write the will?
Wow, just put it succinctly, huh?
Legally, you're not obligated to do shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know,
It's
man.
like, I don't know if her dad liked you that much, maybe you should have taken care of this stuff, you know? I feel like by age 50, you gotta get the will situation at least somewhat figured out.
Probably.
Just in case, you know? But like, no, girl, holla holla, get that dollar.
Like,
Not the asshole.
it's not your fault that, like, he was, like, so fucking preoccupied with his own fucking bullshit that he didn't even think to fucking complete the will and, like, the delineation of assets properly.
Oh yeah,
and it all ended up
parents
going
will
to you.
say they're cutting you out of their will, but then they just forget to do it. That's not your problem. Now, granted, I don't know the situation. I don't know what your relationship was like. I don't know what their relationship was like. I don't know any of the specifics. It's possible that you hated your dad for no reason and you're blowing this out of proportion and you unjustly profited from it. I don't know. But as far as what you've written, I don't know. It's what happened. It's not good or bad. It's just a thing, not the asshole.
It's whatever, man.
You know.
But what does Reddit believe?
They also said not the asshole. Well, the first two comments were removed by moderator, so I don't know what they said. I wish I knew, but I don't. But generally, yeah, mostly just not the asshole.
Yeah, again, you're not the one who wrote the will.
Not the asshole. He had plenty of time to make other arrangements, and he didn't. It sounds to me like they kept in touch with him because he had money to leave.
Yep.
Enjoy the money. It'll give you the security your father never did.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, that's fucking savage. Ooh.
Yep. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole, no.
Not the asshole. Not really.
Nope.
That money
Okay.
rightfully belongs to us. Haha, too bad, suckers.
Yep. Alrighty then. 1 second. Let me see this. Okay. Kevin, it's time for you to read this medium Tifu.
Ooh, I love Tifus. Today ooh, it's an NSFW one. Today I
Get the children out of here. This is not safe for work.
Today I fucked up when I asked my fiance to share a secret. Trigger
Ooh, that's
warning.
a titillating title.
Oh boy. Trigger warning. Sexual assault. Throwaway accounts. Oh, this might not actually be fun.
This is a titillating title.
Last night, I, 30M, suggested that my fiance, 28...
28 what? 28 what?
F or M? and I tell each other whatever secret we might have in order to purge ourselves before our upcoming wedding. We were both
Since I can't mentally picture this person because I don't know their gender, I'm just going to assume he's in love with a crash test dummy.
We were both in bed, almost asleep, so I didn't really expect an answer from my fiancée at that time of night, let alone a serious one, until she decided to tell me that she used to be a bully in high school.
There we go. Now I'm imagining a crash test dummy in like a 1950s curly wig. Like some fucking Judy Neutron hair.
I laughed when I heard the word bully because I struggled to imagine my fiancé being mean to others even as a teenager, but the more information she provided, the quicker I shut up. At first, most of the details she described were fucked up, but forgivable in my opinion, like tormenting girls who couldn't stand up for themselves, hooking up with boys who were in relationships, spreading lies about others, etc. However, my fiancé mentioned something she did back in those days that made me instantly regret initiating this topic. She said she sexually assaulted multiple boys in high school. One of those poor boys she practically forced to have sex against his will. According to her, the boys were all younger and more vulnerable, which was part of the appeal, as she put it. She made it clear to me that none of it was consensual. My fiancé
Holy shit.
This is
Why
really
would you
bad.
admit that? Why would you admit that?
It's probably just something that, like, weighs heavily on her mind. It's just like, I gotta get it out of my head or it's gonna drive me crazy.
Possibly. I mean, I guess that's a good sign, but...
My fiancé began crying and asked me to say something. Not gonna lie, I struggled to speak, but once I was able to open my mouth, I asked if she made any attempts since high school to find the boys who were obviously adults now, and at the very least apologize to them. My fiancé said no and got even more emotional. I suggested that we do what we can to locate the men she's victimized and arrange to meet each one of them if they'll allow us. I made my fiancé understand that I respect her courage and honesty, but I'm gonna need time to process what this means for our relationship going forward. She asked if I'm going to still marry her, and I said I honestly didn't know, which made her promise to go above and beyond to reach out to her victims and reconcile as soon as possible. I promised to be there every step of the way as long as she's not just doing it to save our relationship. This morning, my fiancé gave me the name of one of the boys she sexually assaulted. She found him on Instagram. She asked me to give her some time to work up the courage to contact him. I understood. On one hand, I'm sympathetic towards my fiancé, but on the other hand, I'm unable to unsee the monster she had inside of her this whole time. I have no idea where we go from here. Anyway, whoever reads this, you made me feel less alone, so thank you. TLDR, asked my fiancé to share any secrets she might have had just before we got married, just for fun, which prompted her to tell me she sexually assaulted students in high school, and now I'm not sure if there will be a wedding. Edit. There is an edit. As you have noticed, the moderators have decided to lock my post due to an influx of controversial comments. As a result, my inbox is being bombarded with messages. I am unable to respond to all of you, but I do want to thank everyone for their input. I still love my fiancé and will do whatever I can to support her as she deals with what she's done in the past, but at the moment I can't promise if I'll provide my support as a soon-to-be husband or soon-to-be ex-boyfriend. Time will tell. I hope the people that my fiancé has hurt have become amazing human beings in spite of everything.
I want to point out in the comments, the first thing Reddit told him was, do not contact the victims. It will not do them any good at all, and it sure as fuck won't do your girlfriend any good in the long run. Do not reach out to them. Chiming in, I don't think you should mandate her reaching out to apologize. Let her figure that out with a therapist and take time to consider if and how she will do that. I know the intention is kindness, but it's not necessarily kind to remind people of trauma if they were forced to endure and be seeking forgiveness.
Especially if they've already tried to move on from it. Like, just digging it back up is just going to reopen old wounds. You can cause more damage that way.
Yeah, honestly, I think a better solution would actually be to seek therapy.
Yep, no, the best thing is to
try to
contact
just
and move on.
deal with your past better.
Someone says, don't reach out or contact them. It will only make it worse for them. Apologizing is literally the worst thing you can do in a situation like this. It will only make the victims relive their trauma they've been put through, so just you and your fiancé could feel a little bit better about yourselves. If you truly want to do something good, leave these people alone and advocate for victims of sexual assault. Do your best to prevent things like this from happening in the future. You could also donate to charities regarding that topic. Whatever. Just know that your fiancé will have to learn to live with this guilt since there's no way to undo the trauma she's caused to these people. And then OP responded to one of them saying, I am reading the comments and receiving the messages loud and clear. I will not attempt to contact the victims. Based on the words of wisdom being echoed in this thread, I might end up causing more damage. That's not what I want. None of these people deserve any more pain.
Yeah, and another big thing here is that your fiance is already very clearly remorseful for what she's done in the past, and she wants to make things better going forward. And I think that's a good baseline. I think that's already a very good baseline to show that she has changed as a human being, and she is not who she was in high school.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing going forward.
Getting into another facet of it, though, somebody points out, we all know if the roles were reversed, this section would look a lot different.
Yeah.
I feel that is true. If it was a man who admitted to raping before anyone would say to leave him, that he's a potential danger because repeat offenders exist. But because it's a woman who's done it, people recommend couples therapy. As blunt as that sounds, it's true.
There are double
It's
standards.
100% true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. A lot of people still believe that women can't commit sexual, or a lot of people still believe wholeheartedly that women cannot be the instigators in domestic violence or sexual misconduct cases, and it is the status quo for them to usually get off easy on these kinds of things. But it's no more appropriate when they do it than if a guy does it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you look at the numbers, there are almost as many female.
Yeah. I would recommend
women.
therapy. Someone said I would recommend therapy regardless of gender. It happened more than 12 years previous. It was abhorrent, sure, and should definitely be talked about with a professional. But people are capable of change, and mistakes shouldn't necessarily follow them for the rest of their life.
Sorry
yes.
for the outburst. My computer is being a bitch.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You're gonna have to give me a couple minutes before I read the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one was unexpectedly really, really heavy. Oop. But yeah, that.
So yeah, scrolling down, people have many different opinions on this. Yeah. Leave the serial rapist. Yes. Bro, are you being gamed by a narc psychopath? And he actually responded to that. He actually responded to that one. Dude, these days, who knows? I've been in this relationship with my fiance for 8 years. I know the argument can always be made that one can never truly know another person, case in point. But I'd be lying to you if I said the 8 years I've been with her were not some of the best of my life. So to answer your question is either no, or my fiance was really good at playing the part of making me happy. Reddit has a difficult time with nuance.
Here, I can read the next one off my phone. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Yeah, I read all of these off of my phone anyway, so. Like, it's just easier because I already have my laptop open with OBS recording everything, so using my phone to read Reddit posts is just, like, easier.
Yeah. There you go.
Did you get it, Sarah, Dan?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Just waiting.
I
know.
Fun. That's gonna help things a lot.
I can't do
Kevin, let's
anything.
make
Waste my time more earnestly next time.
Kevin, let's make pleasantries.
You start. I'm bad at
Okay.
this.
All right. Am I the asshole? All right. Am I the asshole not wanting my husband's 17-year-old brother to come with us on our vacation? All right. So here we go. For context, my female 25-year-old.
No, she's 25 female.
Okay, my female 25 husband's male 27 remaining parent passed away about 4 months ago. He had a 17-year-old brother, Ryan, who is now living with her aunt. Or with their aunt. He's autistic, and I kind of find it hard to interact with him, and being around him generally gives me anxiety. Anyways, my husband and I plan to go on a vacation, and he told me that he would like to take Ryan with us to cheer him up a bit after all that he's been through. I declined, but he went on about how this isn't a couple's getaway, and that he was okay with me bringing my friend with us, and asked why he can't bring Ryan. I told them that first Okay, again, more typos. I told him that first off, I already stated how I can't handle Ryan's autism, and also I've never been on vacation with him, and I don't know how he would behave. My husband got offended and called me cruel to think it's okay to exclude his brother, who is now
So orphan.
now so orphan. That's
He's
Hashtag-
so orphan.
Hashtag no parents.
Oh my god, girl, you are so orphan.
to give me a stern talk about. His aunt called me to give me a stern talk about this, saying that Ryan did nothing to me and that it was cruel of me to try to exclude him and ignore my husband's wishes. We're still arguing about it and my friend thinks that my husband is trying to control me by using the fact that he is the one paying to spring whoever he wants on me on the vacation.
To spring as if he murdered his dad.
All right, let's unpack this shit.
I like the simplicity of top comment. YTA, the ableism is strong here.
I disagree.
Oh, a hot take coming in.
No, I disagree. So it depends on how severe the autism is.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go on vacation and have to babysit somebody the entire time just to make sure that they don't cause problems. And I know for a fact with severely autistic people, it can be a headache to try to keep them managed and under control. I've dealt with a lot of severely autistic people in my life. And they become quite the headache after a while. And honestly, I have done the same thing where I've chosen not to. I have chosen to exclude certain people from trips and stuff simply because I know that their issues are severe enough that it would cause problems for the trip.
Yeah.
And I don't want them. Hold on. And I also don't want them to go on the trip and then have people treating them like they're a burden, because that's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
This story is exactly why I am very against the. There's been an increasing effort to sort of eliminate the high functioning, low functioning sort of dichotomy language in autism, and this is why this story is exactly why I think it is so important, because autism is a wide spectrum. Terms like high functioning and low functioning, they mean something.
Yeah.
There's a huge degree of difference in situations like this between guys like us and like people who have severe, people who can't function on their own, and such like that. Like it's such a wide spectrum that having those distinguishing distinctions between high functioning and low functioning, maybe it needs to be more nuanced than that, and then that binary, I guess. But like, I think having distinctions in this regard is important, because I don't know how ableist this person is being, because I don't know the severity of the problem.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that if it's somebody like me who's like extremely not to toot my own horn, who's like extremely high functioning autistic and also doesn't have that many issues socializing. Then then they're being ableist as fuck by just labeling them as something. But I know people who are so severely autistic that basically if you don't babysit them 100% of the time, they will go off and like start doing ridiculous shit constantly. And
I don't know if that's who Ryan is or if that's who she is.
I don't know either. I don't know either. But honestly, the fact that the autism gives her anxiety probably tells me that his case is rather severe.
Yeah.
And you are also not required to let's take the autism out of the equation. Let's say that this person was just someone that his wife that she didn't know.
Yeah.
Or this person was a person who had to be on diabetic equipment constantly. I hate to be ableist, but at the same time, like if you're going to have to, basically say, oh, we can only do stuff every couple of hours because I have to go back and put myself on a dialysis machine. That's, like it or not, that's going to ruin the experience for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because then you're caught in that awkward stance of, okay, well, you go take care of yourself and we'll go have all the fun. Well, nobody wants to do that either, because that's going to make the other person feel left out.
Yeah.
And so, it's like if we take autism out of the equation and insert any other kind of like major issue that could cause strain for a trip, I don't think you're obligated to say you're okay with that person being there.
Yeah.
You know, being ableist does not being ableist does not also mean you have to sacrifice your own happiness and enjoyment of something in order to facilitate their issue.
Yeah, and also like it's also like these situations are not a binary. Like there are other things you can do for him other than taking him on this vacation. Things that maybe make more sense for their situation, you know. So I feel like there's some kind of other compromise to be reached here. It's not like I don't see it as an either or situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Reddit is very convinced they're the asshole. I don't have enough info to judge. I'm gonna say info. I don't know.
Yeah, info. I'm gonna say info here.
Yeah. Is Sheridan still there, or did he cut off?
I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm voting info. Let's see here.
You're next, Zeke.
Yes, I am, and I will read a tale of petty revenge. Petty revenge. I threw garbage back into the car of the person who dumped it on the street.
Okay.
Walking through my residential neighborhood on the left side sidewalk, a humongous black pickup truck drives up from behind. He pauses. This is an interesting tense for this to be written in. He pauses a long while in an intersection with no apparent reason, then casually sticks his hand out of the driver's window and drops a wadded piece of garbage right onto the street. Alright, I'm a coward. I should have dashed out, grabbed the garbage, chased him down, etc., but I am a woman in my 60s, and I'm just not capable of potentially dangerous confrontations. I am, however, an asshole capable of delayed pettiness. He makes a U-turn and parks at the house just beyond the intersection, a house undergoing construction. I glare at him uselessly as I pass, but he's parking and not paying me any attention. Okay, jerk face, let's see. Construction site, big shiny pickup truck, takeout food, obviously. Some out-of-town contractor who thinks he can stroll up and spew garbage all over my neighborhood. Plan formulated. If the truck is still there, if its window is open, the contractor out of sight, and most importantly, if I can find the garbage. 20 minutes later, on my walk back, I take a careful look as I go by. The petty gods smile upon me. Truck there, window open, voices in the house, no one in sight. There's the food wrapper in the gutter, yellow with some orange Taco Bell. There's one at the foot of the boulevard at the beach. I snag it, cross over the opposite side of the street, backtrack a bit, cross back over, walk past again, chuck the wrapper into the passenger side window, covering the action by pretending to adjust my hat and stroll on. Yes, I'm sure he just tossed it out the window again. But maybe now he'll pause a moment to wonder who exactly is watching him and what judgment the gods are passing upon him. So I love Top Com. He's gonna post as the glitch in the Matrix later. That'd be great. It'd be like the steak throwing out the window one all over again.
Okay, so I actually found I'm on I'm just like scrolling through my Tumblr dashboard, and I actually have something from Ask Reddit. Ladies of Reddit, what's the weirdest thing a guy has done during sex?
Alright.
While doing doggy style, my boyfriend typed on my butt like a keyboard, then stuck his dick in and said, "I'm in," like a
Right,
90s
I remember that
movie.
one. I remember that one, yeah.
I told him to move faster, and he heard Mufasa, so he just roared. He didn't even question it, like, "What'd you say?" Homie just complied.
Yeah, I remember that thread, yeah.
My husband and I lost our virginity to each other. When we first started having sex, he had this really weird fucking habit of laughing menacingly when he came. I guess at some point I joined him and we'd laugh like villains during sex. I wonder what my family thought what was happening in the bedroom. My partner said, "Tip of the penis to you," in an Irish accent as he was going in, and started laughing so hard at his own joke he lost his erection. Put on the Wii music soundtrack. It was so quiet at first I didn't realize. We stopped to switch positions and I heard it. I was like, "Is that?" And he just shushed me and pushed my face back into the pillow. It was honestly hilarious. And someone just replies to that, "Well, fuck me." I once hooked up with a guy who told me to slime on his dick. Not cum, not squirt, nothing of the sort. Slime. Dickalodian. Was going down on a guy, felt something hit the top of my head, looked up, and motherfucker was eating a slice of pizza. Pepperoni had fallen on my head. Obviously, my first thought was, I must be doing something wrong, and he was bored. Nope. Carry on. Eating and getting my dick sucked. The two best things in the world, and both are happening right now, he said. I couldn't even be annoyed at him when he laid it out like that. Growled like Tony the Tiger of the cereal fame. Your pussy feels great!
Of the serial fame, now professional VTuber.
Yeah, I hate this fact. I hate this fucking fact. I hate this so much.
Tony the Tiger, known VTuber.
Oh, God. I can't get over tip of the penis to you.
Well, that counts as Kevin. Sarah, here's one.
Yeah, that counts as mine. I'm totally fine with that. Sarah, you read the next one.
Another Tifu.
These are fun.
A Tifu.
Large Tifu.
Oh, goodness, it is. Today I fucked up by overestimating how loud my new lawn...
His new lawnmower?
You wrote a Reddit post about this. Interesting. I, 33 male, recently purchased a new lawnmower. The one I had for the last few years was a pre-owned 20-plus-year-old beast that finally died out on me earlier this summer. For a normal-sized, non-self-propelled mower, that sucker was loud. Like, I couldn't run it after 7 p.m. loud without causing a disturbance to my neighbors. Well, I found a good deal on a new one, and I sent my old one to the big garden shed in the sky. This last Saturday, I decided to take it out for a spin. I donned my suburban dad outfit, baseball cap and all, and I tossed on my noise-canceling headphones, turned my music on shuffle, and got to work. And of course, like I do with any household task music, I started to sing. I figured, hey, loud-ass mower, who's gonna hear me? So for the next 60 minutes, I mowed and sang. I was an adult contemporary powerhouse, singing everything from Michael Jackson to Post Malone, to a little J-pop here and there, to Whitney Houston. I don't care. Kiara, is that you? I don't care. I don't care. I'm having fun, and who can hear me? Besides, I'm not a bad singer at all, I don't think. Not exactly going to tour around anytime soon, but good enough that I think I could sing in some low-rent local cover band. Well, it turns out my two neighbors who live in the house directly behind me and rear left of mine were having a little powwow where their kids were out playing, and they were just chilling on the lawn. I wasn't paying attention to them. At least, not until I got 85% of the way done and I stopped for a water break. I pull off my headphones, grab a big swig of my water bottle, take a moment to stretch my back, and then see them. 3 of my adult neighbors have lighters in the air waving at me. I was puzzled at first. Rock concert? Excuse me. One of them said, "Great concert, Fuzzy One. When's your next show?" I was confused for a moment, but like the rising sun itself, the light of my humiliation crept across my mind. I wanted nothing more than to abandon the mower, run inside, grab my wife and the kids, burn the house down, change my name, grow a mustache, and move us all to Mexico out of sheer embarrassment. But I held it together and said, probably a little louder and more high-pitched than I intended, you guys can hear me? Then smiled and nodded. One of them laughed a bit. They were teasing me a bit, but not in a mean way. I said back, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." They told me it was fine, and it was fun watching me enjoy myself with singing and a little dancing moves I was doing. I stared at a little rabbit den forming in my yard, secretly wishing I could just go hang down there with the bunnies. I'm like, what the fuck? How can you hear anything over the lawnmower? I was singing, but certainly not loud enough to hear past the lawnmower, right? Well, I turned the mower on, sans headphones, and sure enough, this thing was way more quiet than by comparison. Like, I could do a medium shout over this thing and be heard clearly. Whereas the old one, I could seriously shout at the top of my lungs at a short distance to be heard. I laughed it off with more courage than I actually had at the time and said, well, next show's gonna cost you, and I don't give front row seats for free to just anyone. They laughed, I waved, and got back to work, swearing that the next time I work outside it's going to be podcast or nothing. I figured, okay, it's over, right? Embarrassing moment, maybe. Maybe they'll make a few jokes about it over the next few months, but they'll forget about it, yeah? Boy, was I fucking wrong. I sat down to dinner on Saturday night to alert from Facebook that someone had posted in the neighborhood group.
Oh no.
Turns out my neighbors talked after. Oh boy. Turns out my neighbors talked after the incident, and now they're inspired and wanted to do neighborhood karaoke night, and they want me to join in or MC. They called me the neighborhood DJ, and now I either have to do this again for a larger crowd or risk being seen at the neighborhood party pooper, or seen as the neighborhood party pooper. We have 50 plus houses in the neighborhood, and at the time of writing, at least 40 people have commented on the thread expressing interest. I've been trying very hard to stay on good terms with my neighbors for obvious reasons, and they're overall pretty decent folk. But man, I am going to need to double up on my anxiety meds for this. Curse me and my magnificent singing voice. TLDR, I sang my heart out while mowing the lawn, thinking nobody could hear. I was wrong, and now people want me to host a karaoke night.
This is the setup to a cartoon plot.
This is the
Feels
best.
like an American Dad episode.
This is a fucking sitcom, is what this fucking is.
I like the subversion because you read the title and you think it's like going to be about like a super loud lawnmower, but it's actually about a quiet lawnmower.
Oh god.
Enjoyed
Yeah,
the
brush up on
twist.
your singing skills, buddy.
That's great.
Oh man, that's fun. That's fun.
All right. Am I the asshole for reporting my colleague to human resources?
Hello, human resources.
Give me the Navy.
Not the Navy.
Background. I, 26 female, just started my first job after finishing my master's and work in a department with another colleague, 27 female, Thea. That's
Thea.
not a
The lovely
Thea.
Thea.
It's not a good name. Who joined the company
Thea.
2 months before me. She's currently in graduate school, and I'm amazed at how very efficient and fast she is in her tasks. I noticed that Thea is always assigned complicated tasks despite being new to the company, and I wanted to join the project that she's in so I can learn from her. Initially, Thea was fine with it, and I learned that she's someone who will implement very strict timelines in order to get things done. I had trouble keeping up because I wasn't used to having such deadlines, but she would just tell me to be faster next time and move on. Recently, she put up a huge whiteboard at her desk which detailed all of her meetings and tasks for the month. I was very impressed with the setup and asked her what the tasks on her board meant. She became very irritated when I asked if there was room for one more teammate, and she finally snapped and said, "Not everything with my name needs you involved." I was surprised at her hostility and just thought that she was having a bad day, but ever since then, she's been very distant and just generally difficult to work with. She wouldn't be as helpful as before when it came to retrieving documents that I need, implemented tougher deadlines, and would just avoid me by going home earlier. I felt that she was creating an overly hostile work environment that was affecting my productivity, and I felt like the right thing to do was to report her to HR. I did so after collecting some evidence, and HR said that they would talk to her. Well, the talk didn't seem to go well, because now our boss has told me to just stay out of her way and remove me from all projects that involve her.
Jesus.
Thea has been even moved to another section of the office, closer to her seniors, who I've heard have been trying to placate her to stop her from leaving. I'm conflicted as I don't want to ruin my workplace relationships, but it was very difficult to work with her, and I did what I thought was the right thing to do to advocate for myself. Am I the asshole?
Oof. Oof.
Okay, so top comment broke this down line by line.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read the lines and also Gracia's responses to the lines. Always assigned complicated tasks. Okay, so she was already earning trust in the company. She is someone who will implement very strict timelines in order to get things done. That is how she earned that trust. I had trouble keeping up because she wasn't used to having such deadlines, and she would just tell me to be faster next time and move on. So you slowed her down, probably making extra work for her. She became very irritated when I asked if there was room for one more teammate. Why are you in charge of setting your task lists? What is this corporate structure? I was surprised at her hostility. One snappish remark does not equal hostility. She was just generally difficult to work with. She wouldn't be as helpful as before when it came to retrieving documents that I need, implemented tougher deadlines. So she stopped cutting you slack on slowing her down, and would just avoid me by going home earlier. If your coworker is avoiding you after stating you don't need to be involved in everything I'm involved in, however snappily, you're probably bothering them too much. I felt that she was creating an overly hostile work environment that was affecting my productivity. Yeah, I don't know if I buy this. After collecting some evidence. What evidence? The talk didn't go over well. The boss told me to stay out of her way and remove me from projects involving her. She moved to a different section, closer to her seniors. In corporate speak, this means leave her the fuck alone. I'm not sure this went as badly for her as you seem to think. I'm conflicted as I don't want to ruin my workplace relationships. What on earth did you think you were doing then? Improving them? But it was very difficult to work with her. You poked your nose into her business, slowed her down, kept poking around so much she started leaving early to avoid you, and then narked on her to HR. Am I the asshole? Yes.
Yeah. I love how OP tried to frame this in as nice of a light for them as possible, but unfortunately, if you look just a little bit below surface level, it actually showcases how much of a massive self-entitled asshole they are.
I bothered the shit out of my coworker, and they got annoyed with me, so I reported them.
Am I the asshole?
Not sure.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. The whole time I was just thinking, man, you really don't want to report someone to HR if they are worth more to the company than you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is an edit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I posted this on the way to work, and I didn't know my story would be so riveting for all of you. I see there was an overwhelming vote of YTA, which I did not expect. I can't reply to every comment, but I'll address some below. Here we are, Kevin. The defense.
Oh boy, here we go.
What will they say to defend themselves? There are 6 addressments.
Okay. All right.
She made a bullet point, the 6 of them. Number 1, there's a lot of assumptions that Thea is POC and I'm being racist because I'm white, but I'm not.
Where the fuck is that assumption coming from? What?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that's a reach.
We are both Indians. I'm sorry to ruin your dreams. I am not. I am some racist. Okay. Number 2. Why did I mention her still in graduate school? Because she's doing her EDD, whatever that is, and so I'm impressed at her ability to manage post-grad and her job. I couldn't manage it in my master's, so I wanted to know how she did hers. 3. She is not my senior. We both have the same title, but different levels, as per the norm in our country. This is also her first job before she was just doing other stuff. 4. The evidence I presented to HR included how she gave me earlier deadlines than the rest of the team, which she claimed was because I was slow. Even though I was late on my deadlines, I was still on time with everyone else. How she would keep telling me to go find documents I'm looking for in folders that she had already prepared, even though she doesn't tell me exactly where I can find it, and how she would send me a lot of condescending texts about not being late with submission of work. 5. Why didn't I follow the hierarchy in reporting? Our seniors didn't find any issue with her methods, which she was very open about, and our manager was more concerned about meeting deadlines and not angering our main business partner, which she is the main person handling. 6. I'm not trying to ride her coattails. I was asking about the tasks she had listed because they sounded interesting, and I was curious as to why I hadn't been included. So, I think you are annoying, but also the more I'm reading about this, I get this feeling that Thea is not a very patient person.
Probably, yeah. Doesn't seem that way, and it
seems so. I think you're kind of needy and annoying, probably more obnoxious than you think. I think Thea is very impatient and strict, and clearly just kind of lost in her own getting shit done mode.
Yeah,
and probably not much of a team player. And I think your bosses have business priorities and not employee priorities. I think everyone here is a little bit of an asshole.
Everyone sucks here.
Everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
You people suck. I understand why you're friends with each other.
Yep. Reddit says asshole. I say everyone sucks here.
Yeah, fuck everything.
Yeah. I don't want to be in this environment. Nobody here is pleasant.
True.
Alright. Let's go to the next one. Kevin's turn.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Read this one.
All right. Am I the asshole for making my boyfriend eat fast food for a week?
Oh no, the horror!
My boyfriend grew up in a house that valued outdated gender norms. The women were always responsible for cooking and cleaning, so he didn't learn how to do any of that for most of his life. That is, until he moved in with me after college. He's been good about a few things.
Bitch, you gonna learn today!
He's been good about a few things. He doesn't mind helping with dishes or handling the laundry, but the one thing I can't seem to get him to do is learn how to cook. The only thing he can do is microwave frozen meals. I've been trying to teach
As
him
the sous chef of KFP, this insults me to my core. But okay, go ahead.
I've been trying to teach him the basics, but it seems like it goes through one ear and just comes out the other. He still can't turn on the oven or use the stove without help. The toaster is too complicated for him to use, he claims. Doesn't know how to boil...
The toaster! The toaster!
The toaster.
You pull it down! You pull the thing down!
You wait until it goes ding! Boom, toast!
Turn knob with minutes. Pull down thing. Wait.
Boom, toast. Doesn't know how to boil eggs, cook rice, or even how to measure out ingredients using cups. I just don't understand why he can't grasp this, but is fine with other things. Here's the part where I may be an asshole. I went on a trip 2 weeks ago for work. I'm in charge of buying groceries, we have separate accounts, and I realized how expensive his frozen meals actually are, $3 to $4 for each. I said screw it and bought the easiest ingredients I could find for a lot cheaper for him to cook on his own. He doesn't like leftovers, so me cooking ahead for him was out. Before I left, I sat him down once again.
Hold on. He doesn't like leftovers. What does he think frozen meals are?
See, now you're asking the right questions. See, you're bringing up a good point there.
Mm-hmm.
Before I left, I sat him down once again and gave him a very long lesson on using the oven, toaster, and stove, as well as how to boil/scramble eggs, toast a piece of toast, boil rice/noodles, and heat up pasta sauce. I also taught him how to pan fry things like onions and other veggies, and how to tell when they were ready. In case he didn't want to cook both lunch and dinner, I also bought things to make salads and fixings for sandwiches. I come back a week later and he is angry. He claims I practically left him to starve, and how I know he has trouble cooking. I retaliate, saying I showed him what to do, and I get a whole range of excuses. Setting up the oven and stove temperature is too complicated. He cut his finger chopping onions and couldn't chop any until his cut healed. He only likes the salad kit, so everything is balanced. Apparently he only ate sandwiches, canned goods, and fast food for a week. He thinks I'm a major asshole for not telling him I'm not buying his frozen meals, and leaving him alone to fend for himself. On one hand, I do think it was shitty of me to not tell him I didn't buy his meals, and as someone who grew up in a home pretty much only boiled hot dogs and veggies, and only properly learned how to cook after moving out, do I feel for him. But at the same time...
I do feel for him.
I do feel for him. But at the same time, after a few months of not getting the simplest concepts, I'm left feeling partially justified in my actions. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Top comment from a mod. Sorry, OP. Locked due to incessant uncivil comments.
No, not that. No, that I don't
Also,
count that. I don't count.
info.
Mod.
Why did you...
Wait. Why did he leave? Hold on. Somebody leave? Oh no, it was Craig. Never mind.
Okay. Fuck. Get back here, Craig. Info. Why are you with some guy who can't manage to use a toaster? I'm much more concerned with the inability to measure something in a cup. Weaponized incompetence. Anyone can use a toaster. Boyfriend wants OP to cook for him forever. OP, you're not the asshole. You're not responsible for your boyfriend's food. Please consider if you want to be his free live-in cook. Also, nobody died from eating sandwiches for a week. Your boyfriend is manipulating you into feeling guilty.
Yeah, I also don't believe anyone actually doesn't know how to use a toaster.
Yeah, this is just fucking stupid. You're not the asshole, OP. This is just...
This is gaslighting, actually.
This is literal gaslighting.
Yeah. Which is ironic, since he probably couldn't actually use a gaslit stove, but, you know.
Fixing the temperature on the oven is too complicated.
Info, could you please provide a link to the toaster you own? I'm really trying to wrap my head around how someone couldn't understand a toaster.
Why are you going out with a guy who don't know how to use a toaster?
OP's like, I'm not sure what model. I know it's a KitchenAid. It's silver, if that helps. It was a gift. But, like, are we talking, like, you know, a toaster? You place the item in the slot, adjust timer if necessary, push down, wait for it to come up. OP, yes, precisely. interesting. I'd say keep the toaster, toss the boyfriend.
Sounds like a good toaster. Don't know about the boyfriend.
Yeah, this also
So, can I go on a tirade real quick?
sure.
Sure.
This guy calls himself a fucking man.
Allegedly, he calls himself a fucking man.
I'm shaking my fucking head right now. Look,
He's not gonna be a fucking man for long.
I was gonna say, what a pussy ass fucking bitch. You want to know what happens? You want to know how I learned to cook?
How'd you learn to cook?
Well, my mommy certainly didn't show me. She would if I asked, but I never asked. No, I learned to cook out of necessity because when you're out in the bush, you just either learn to heat up food that you brought in cans, and you learn to add some spices to it to make it not taste like dog food, or you starve.
Yep.
I learned how to camp. I learned how to cook as a part of camping, and so honestly, not having access to those resources is what will force people to cook. And you don't have to be a fucking... Here's the thing I hate about Food Network, okay? I love Food Network, but I also hate Food Network. Food Network has taught everyone that, subconsciously, that cooking is a, like, this grand sordid affair that is stressful. Because if you look at a show like Chopped, which is their most popular by a large margin, it is a bunch of people talking about, if I don't cook this meal correctly, my dreams are ruined. I won't get my $10,000. I've got a mom in the hospital that needs this. And then they give everybody ridiculously exotic ingredients out of a basket, force them to incorporate it in interesting and professional ways, and then give them a 1-hour time limit to complete these ridiculous tasks. And the show is just stressful, which makes for television, but it also subconsciously tells people that cooking is only cooking if it looks like the shit on Food Network and if you can do it under a time constraint.
Yeah.
And it's just not
That's not
true.
true.
Put a can of beans in a pot and warm that shit up, pour a little mustard in and some black pepper, and congratulations, you fucking cooked something. Ain't that fucking amazing? It's not rocket science.
I don't think
Just because you're not Gordon fucking... No, that absolutely counts. Just because you're not fucking Gordon Ramsay, okay, or Emeril Lagasse, or Bobby Flay,
bam,
okay, just because you're not one of these star chefs that can produce gold out of garbage with everything they do, does not mean you're not capable of heating up some food, adding some seasoning, and cooking. It's not fucking rocket science.
Yeah.
And that, like, people like him who would rather be a lazy shit and ruin a relationship with somebody rather than like just try something to feed himself are just indicative of the kind of society we've built.
No. What you're saying is totally right, and there are a lot of people that are influenced in that way. I don't think that's his problem, though. His problem, I think, is that he just sees it as women's work.
I think also that he's just a lazy fucker.
Yeah, too. But that's why he is.
Maybe she should have left him for a few more weeks and let him starve. Then he would have figured out how to cook something.
The Reddit, the official Reddit verdict is info, but I'm saying not the asshole.
Yeah. It's only info because everyone's joking around.
Yeah,
I can't believe he doesn't know how to use a toaster.
Damn, bitch, you live like this.
What you're saying is right. I just don't think it's his problem. I think he just tunes it out and pretends he doesn't understand how a toaster works because he just sees it as beneath him. He sees it as woman's work. So I think it's actually worse than what you said. But that is a valid thing to point out.
Yeah.
But yeah, not the asshole.
Good for you, OP.
Yeah. I hope you and the toaster are very happy.
The OP literally like fucking laid everything out for him and gave him very simple instructions on how to do very basic cooking things. Yeah, and the motherfucker's like, the toaster's too hard.
That's another thing. This would have been such an easy fucking win. This would have been an easy thing to just like fucking, like Imagine the brownie points if he actually managed to cook for himself while she was away. You know, that's easy,
right?
easy fucking respect. You know, and all you gotta do is not fucking pretend you don't know how a toaster works. You know, and you fuck it up. You fuck it up. I don't understand how these people get. I don't understand how guys like that get to that stage of a relationship.
I don't either. I don't get it.
I don't get it. How does that happen, ladies, and other guy? Anyone, tell us in the comments.
Please.
Why did you date them? Was this not apparent by like date 4 that this was the kind of person they were? Because something spring up on you. Like if your fiance of 8 years was a former rapist, that can spring up on you. But like not knowing how to use a toaster, how is that not a deal breaker, or at least an eyebrow raiser? You know, I really want to know. Let us know.
Yeah, that doesn't at least give you some question marks above your head, like.
Yeah. Whose turn is it?
Sheridan.
All right. Okay. Let me find one. Okay. Control C. Then, wait, I'm not even on the right page. Control V. There you go.
All right, give me 1 second.
Time's up.
I was going to say that, and I thought, no, that's an incredibly dickish thing to say. And then you just went ahead and did it.
I get a couple every now and then.
Kevin is the asshole. And also tonight's biggest loser.
Ah, shit. Fuck. I didn't think this through.
Yep. Kevin, I guess it's time for pleasantries. How are you? How you doing?
How are you? Doing all right. How you doing?
You know what? I'm all right. You know.
Doing pretty fine. Doing pretty fine.
How's the weather?
It was raining a little bit ago, but rain seems to have let up.
I don't even know what the weather's like. It's so well air conditioned in here.
Yeah, no, it was like raining really heavy like 30 minutes ago.
Apparently it's 82 degrees out, but it feels like 86.
That's a
little hot. That's a little hot for my liking.
Yeah, I should look at like what the fucking weather is over here. Yeah, it's like 74 and we got scattered thunderstorms today.
Funny, because I'm looking at the weather app and... Oh, wait, no, it is going to rain later. I see.
Yeah, it's apparently going to rain over the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Well, there's a good chance of it. Yeah, it has the thunderstorm icons, but it says like 45%, 67%, 50%, so maybe it won't, maybe it will, I don't know.
Yeah, precipitation over here is like 90%, 80%. Like it's pretty high. So like basically guaranteed that it's gonna rain all weekend. Just on and off.
Yeah.
Monday is only like 30%. It's like there's a potential for thunderstorms, but like not very likely. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be hot tomorrow. I might go to work tomorrow. We'll see. It's hot tomorrow.
Yeah. Sheridan, how's it going over there?
Sorry, professionally simping.
Ah, this is understandable. Understandable.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll just keep talking about the weather. Tomorrow, high of 79 and low of 66.
Yeah, the high
Anybody
of
ever taken a shit so hard that like it made your butthole hurt for a couple days? Because that happened to me over the last 2 weeks too.
Yeah.
Wow, what a change in topic. But yes, that's happened to me before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, let's go. Am I the asshole?
Okay.
Yep.
Load it up, Reddit. Am I the asshole for telling my... Oh, sorry, that's a woman's voice. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend's mom that my maternity leave is not supposed to be a vacation?
Oh, God, no. Preemptive? Probably not.
I'm 37 weeks pregnant. No, I think that's I'm 37, weeks pregnant now and my boyfriend took 3 weeks off. 37 weeks.
No. I think they mean it.
37.
God
No,
damn it! No,
I
no,
can't-
no, no, not the number. No.
I can't read that sentence in any other way. I think they actually mean 37 weeks pregnant. That's within 9 months, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be like 5 months.
No, that's more than 5, Kevin.
Whatever. But like fucking
5 months. 5 months is only like 20 weeks.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's probably close to like 8 months or something.
I think 37 weeks is like right at the end. That's like near the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty far in. Sheridan, continue.
Sorry, Kiki is just being extremely active on Twitter right now. Anyway, let's go. I'm 37, weeks pregnant now. And
No,
my
wait,
boyfriend-
she means it. She's 37 weeks pregnant.
No, I don't think so. Now, my boyfriend.
Why would she be taking maternity leave if she wasn't?
All right, so it takes. So how many? I have a question.
Sure. Hold on.
Oh, I just did my math wrong. Never mind. She's got 2 weeks to go.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
I'm 37 weeks pregnant now. My boyfriend took 3 weeks off. I'm glad that she didn't have to state that she was a female, considering she's pregnant. And now my boyfriend took 3 weeks off of work to stay with me so that we could adjust to being parents to a newborn. This is my first, and I'm very nervous and really. I'm sorry, I'm laughing about my own stupidity right now.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
This is my first, and I'm very nervous and really need the support right now. My boyfriend's mother took it upon herself to schedule a paternity vacation for my boyfriend for the last 2 weeks of his leave. She came over for dinner and surprised him with it. It's an all-expense paid vacation to Italy for my boyfriend and his paternity present. She gave me a jade stone bracelet and matching newborn for one of the babies. Newborn one for the baby, as it's part of their culture to give family stone to the mother and child once they enter the family. This was very kind of her. However, I told her that his leave was for helping me with the baby. She was taken aback and said he would be with me for a week, and that was long enough. Her husband never even stayed at the hospital with her when her son was born. I told her and my boyfriend that I didn't want him to go, and that she should have asked first before buying such an extraordinary gift. She left in tears because I was ungrateful and ruining her son's experience. My boyfriend pretty much agrees that he should go for at least a week because she paid for it, but I really wanted him to stay with me and bond with our daughter. Am I the asshole? No.
No. Your boyfriend's only saying that because, like, the damage has already been done and he feels obligated at this point. Like, this... He's not making a judgment call on you here. This is literally just...
stupid.
This is literally just him saying, well, we're already knee-deep in the shit. I might as well go through with it. Like, it's one of those... God, you're not the asshole, OP. That was just, like... They made a very, very, very ass-headed assumption. And it backfired. Horribly. Now, your maternity leave is not a vacation. It's maternity leave. It is the exact opposite of a vacation.
This is the first 2 weeks of your new job.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm scrolling down. Reddit is shouting divorce him. And they seem to have missed the part that they're not married yet.
It's not a...
He vaguely hesitated when calling out his mother. Divorce him immediately.
That's such a Reddit thing to do. God.
Yeah.
That's so Reddit.
They jumped to that before even forgetting that they weren't married yet.
I know, right?
Very Reddit.
Jesus.
Now, to be fair, we get a lot of those fucking stories of guys who take their mom's side on everything for some reason.
Yeah, but this
So, like,
really does...
I get the impulse, but like, come on.
Yeah, this is very clearly just a moment where the guy realized, well, I'm kind of screwed here either way, so I'm going to try and split the difference and just placate as much as I can, which,
Sure.
like, God, he's in a bad situation. He's stuck between two people he loves dearly, and one of whom made a massive fuck up, so, like, it's one of those situations that I can't envy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, OP's not the asshole, and honestly, neither is your boyfriend.
No.
Your boyfriend's mom put the both of you in a very bad situation, and I can't blame either of you for that.
All right, I'll read this.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for making a complaint to Child Protective Services?
Here we go!
When I married my soon-to-be ex, she had 4 bio children. 15M.
Fucking bio children. What a
When
way
I
to
married
put
my
it.
soon-to-be ex, she
I'm
had
sorry,
4
I'm sorry.
children.
I'm sorry, like when she said she had 4 bio children, I'm imagining just like she made them in like a personal little laboratory in test tubes and shit.
She had 4 bio children.
Bio-engineered children.
15M, 13M, 11M, 6F. Those aren't actually their ages and genders, those are just their designations as bio children. And 2 adopted daughters, 11 Colombia, 7 South Korea. Those aren't genders. I mean, I guess they said daughters, but do we need to know that? I don't know. We have 1 child, 2M. How many fucking
Sarah,
kids
did you
is-
listen to this shit?
I
Well,
am just in awe.
In addition, we have what? Oh, let me start over. When I married my soon-to-be ex, she had 4 bio children, 15M, 13M, 11M, and 6F, 2 adopted daughters, 11 from Colombia, 7 from South Korea. We have 1 child, 2M, in addition to my 2, 11F, 9M from my previous relationship, live with me full-time as the... That's 9 children, if I remember
I'm
counting
going
correctly.
fucking cross-eyed.
In this economy? From my previous relationship, live with me full-time as their mother doesn't really care much about her custody time. I have known my soon-to-be ex, quote-unquote, Sally bio children every 2 weeks. Known every 2... That's a way to phrase that. Every 2 weeks for the past 4 years, they have known them. I guess every other 2 weeks, they just forget they exist. if that's how that sentence is to be believed. Her 2 adopted girls lived with us, as her ex doesn't want anything to do with them, and he has the daughter he always wanted. Oh, great, another fucking child. Sally lived in her mother. Sally lived in her mother's mother-in-law suite.
What the fuck?
Am I having a fucking stroke?
Is OP having a fucking stroke?
Sally, who is the ex, I think, soon to be ex, lived in her mother-in-law's suite with all of her children for now. Sally wants to leave her adopted girls with me. Oh, how many is that? Is that half of them? I don't know.
2.
What
There's
gender
2.
is South Korea? Her daughters...
The actual fuck is this thread?
Sally wants to leave her adopted girls with me as part of the divorce proceedings, as she too doesn't want them, as she feels she has a bio daughter and has no need for them anymore. Yeah, that's how that works, sure. She is extra adamant that she should not have them, as the adoption agency cheated her out of a Hapa child. The Korean one is not Eurasian as she had hoped, but half Vietnamese and South Korean.
Ah, god damn it, another brown one.
They cheated me!
Like, I could just imagine that's what's going through this fucker's head the entire time. Like, Jesus Christ.
I wanted Eurasian! This is South Asian! Put it back and bring me another one! I don't want them, as I have never been a father figure. Oh, I just blanked. I didn't even realize this was a guy talking. I have never been a father figure, and the girls still talk about her ex as their dad, despite no contact for so long. Her ex is their dad. His soon-to-be ex's ex as their dad, despite no contact for so long. I simply can't afford more children than what I already have. No shit! I made a report to CPS, which she mentioned she would rehome them if I didn't take them. I called CPS on her, and they contacted her HB. Is that how we're just saying husband now? Or his workplace.
Her husband.
Her ex-husband workplace as he works with children. Oh God, more fucking children! He is temporarily on unpaid leave while being investigated for neglect. Sally will now be investigated too. In the meantime, CPS has custody of all of her children, but my son is with me. That's the 2M, I believe. She has called me every name under the sun and doesn't understand why I won't take them, as I have space in my house and experience with a girl as I have a daughter too. She says I overreacted and we could have solved this a different way. Am I the asshole for reporting to CPS? I wanted to call CPS when I was done with the first paragraph!
You're not the asshole. This is... Oh my god.
Top comment. Jesus fucking Christ. Those poor kids. They adopted kids and had a daughter that they no longer, quote, need or want. Who are these awful people? These are not dogs you can just rehome. I guess you had no other choice. I don't know what else you could do. Not the asshole.
I don't think there's anything else you could have done. What the fuck?
I have no use of this child. Cast it to the streets.
Oh, damn.
Drop it off at a Denny's.
Doesn't scrub the floors nicely enough. Send him back to the gutter.
Drop it off at a Denny's. I'm bored with this one.
I can't even with this one. How do these people exist?
I don't know, but this might be my favorite one I've read in a while. It's just so fucking wild.
It's so off kilter. It's so weird.
This is one of those ones where you could literally just do a scratch track and be like, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Just start in the middle and work your way back.
Can I get like a prequel trilogy to explain how we got to this point?
There is a whole fucking preamble before any of this got to this point that I would love to hear. How did you get into this relationship to start with? Like, holy shit. How many fucking red flags did you miss going into this?
Yeah, forget not knowing how to use a toaster for a second.
Damn, that bitch got off easy!
How does having this many fucking children not raise some eyebrows?
I'm at a loss. I am at a loss at this one.
We're not topping this.
We're not topping this today.
We're not topping this. I don't even want to do the lightning round because I don't think we can get anything. We're just gonna have no energy after that.
No,
do the lightning round. Do the lightning round. We found some good ones.
Okay. Besides, it's been a while since we've done the lightning round.
That's true. Still, I think we've peaked.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. In the future, when we have somebody going through and getting all of our highlights from our illustrious podcasting career, that'll definitely be among them.
This is one of my favorite posts we've ever read. This might be number one.
I'm so glad I had the privilege of reading this. We'll go to shower thoughts too.
Yeah, definitely. Our shower thoughts has some good shit.
Welcome to the lightning round. This is where we go through our unpopular opinion and our shower thoughts and find out if these opinions are unpopular or popular, and do we agree or disagree. Let's get into it. Unpopular opinion: self-service checkout should give you a discount.
What?
Self-service checkout should give you a discount.
No.
I can't think of why they should. But I'll take the discount, sure.
You're not paying an employee, but you are paying for the keep of the machines you're using.
That's probably their logic. But at the same time, I want a discount, so I'm going to say, hell yes. Logic be damned. I want to save some money. Let's go.
I guess on the other hand, you are paying for the checkout, paying for the keep of the cash register that they're using. So So yeah, give me a discount.
Yeah. We are pro discount. It's a pro discount
Yes.
podcast.
Oh, damn it, it's raining again.
This episode is sponsored by Honey. It is. For
I
legal reasons,
wish.
classify that- For legal reasons, I have to classify that it's not sponsored by Honey, or anyone for that matter. Unpopular opinion: as a bartender, I hate when friends and family come to my bar to see me specifically. Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah, that's a little awkward. Just random
Yeah.
people coming to you at your work where it's just like, oh, hey, and I'm like, I'm busy.
I'm not sure. These aren't random people. That's the problem.
Yeah,
The random people are
yeah,
what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shower thought. There's a chance you were born because your parents felt pressured by their parents to have children. Man, that guy just really woke up and was like, I'm going to make other people feel bad for no reason.
I mean, totally might have been. My mom threw me in so.
Yeah, totally. Shit happens.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you have to say it.
Well, we have already established Ceridan here has the most interesting backstory of any of us.
Oh, yeah, he used to be a white woman, apparently.
See?
Shower thought. It's a shame kids don't enjoy watching their parents grow older as much as parents enjoy watching their kids grow up. Oh, gee! I'm sorry I don't appreciate watching people I love wither and die. Oh no, that's a shame.
How terrible of me.
Oh no, yeah, I'm really I can't. I just can't wait until they're fucking shitting in diapers. Thanks.
It's a matter of perspective, OP. You know, it doesn't really look quite as good coming from one demographic to the other.
Yeah. I've read enough fucking Alzheimer's stories to know that, no, I don't think it's a shame people don't enjoy watching their parents grow older. Growing older is a tragedy. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. People who say they keep buying new books even though they have a pile of unread books don't actually like reading. They just want to appear like they do. I'm getting to it, okay?
This is a call-out post for Zeke Freak specifically.
I was gonna say I have a bookshelf with a bunch of books on it, and I think I've read 3 of them.
Oh, it's a Ceridan and Zeke.
I'm actually
post.
not. I'm actually, as much as I write creatively and do poetry, I actually don't.
I'm getting.
No, I've read probably 30 or 40 books in my life, and that's it.
I've read like 12 this year. I'm getting on it.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion. If you get offended because someone does not remember your name, you are probably quite fickle and petty and not as important as you think you are. I don't know. Depends on the context. How do you know them? How often are you together? How long have you known them? You know? I don't know. Depends. Whatever your name is, what do you think?
Whatever whose name is what?
I want to say Kyle.
No.
Oh,
that's not correct.
Oh, are you offended by that?
No. It's
okay.
It's whatever. It's whatever.
I feel like you have the right to be after like 10 years. Also, Ceridan left for some reason.
Ceridan, what the fuck? Get your ass back in here, boy.
Yeah, man.
He's probably having like connection issues or some shit.
Yeah. I want to say Melvin. Is his name Melvin?
Melvin!
I guess I'll just keep going. Unpopular opinion. Automatic flushing toilets are the most useless invention and manual toilets are better. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I don't like when toilets flush when I'm not done.
Yeah, like I could literally just like bend down to like, you know, like if I bend over ever so slightly too much, it just starts flushing underneath me and I'm like, no, stop it. There's water getting on my ass. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No, stop it.
I can't believe you would dishonor Bendover's memory like this.
Bringing it back.
He was a great whatever he was.
Baseball player?
Something like that. He played something. I don't know.
Some kind of sport.
Some kind of fucking sport.
But yeah, no, I agree. I don't like automatic toilets just because like the sensors are way too goddamn sensitive.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Calling CPS is usually a horrible idea. Not in the last post, it wasn't.
Yeah, no. Please,
Denied.
OP, read the last like fucking full Reddit post we just.
Somebody just link that one, please.
You should link that one.
I
I'm too lazy.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, no. Sometimes, such as the last post.
Yeah.
It's worth calling CPS.
Back.
Completely.
What?
Hello.
Apologize. Discord completely crashed on my PC.
Oh shit.
Hello. Yep. We didn't pause, so we're still going.
Yeah.
Right. I have to deal with my shitty mic quality off my phone, so fucking deal with it.
Yeah. The last post was like, what was the last fucking unpopular opinion again? How was it worded?
The automatic flushing toilets one.
No.
Well, that was a bad one because I mean it's a good one because they are useless.
The one about CPS.
What does that do to toilets?
No. Tell Sarah.
Wait, automatic flushing toilets are useless?
Yeah. Somebody said automatic flushing toilets are the most useless invention, and manual toilets are better. I agree.
Disagree.
What? Explain yourself, you automatic toilet lover.
Because you don't have to interact with the toilet as much.
Yeah, but it's always wrong. It always does it when I'm not done.
Yeah, I move one.
Okay, but you can still make it happen when you're done anyway, just by like waving your hand in front of the sensor. Like they're not useless. They keep you from constantly having to put your hands on something that other people's hands have been on.
I mean,
like in a restroom when they've usually just had their hands near their genitals or their fucking anus.
Yeah, but like either way, you're gonna wash your hands, right? You wash your hands, right?
Yes, you wash your hands, but it's one less point of contact. Also, washing your hands isn't foolproof.
This is also true.
Like the whole reason they exist is to give people a little bit more safety in a public restroom. They're not useless. I'm gonna guess that OP is a fucking germ lover and probably didn't wear a mask during COVID. Anyway,
I mean, their username is aligned soap 5557, so they seem to be a big fan of soap. So, I think maybe they're just pro hand washing. As am I. Washing hands is pretty good. Pretty cool.
Pretty based.
Yeah. Let's see. Unpopular opinion. I don't think the ice cream industry is taking enough risks with flavors. I don't know. Have you seen what Ben and Jerry are up to? They've been cooking up some stuff.
Damn, Ben and Jerry, what the shit?
Yeah.
What you up to, boys?
Possibly. I'd have to look into it. I'm not as up to date with the ice cream industry as I once was.
Yeah.
Shower thought there is a fine point to where the width of an object is too wide and can no longer stab someone.
Yes.
Yeah. Then it's just crushing you.
Or it's just poking, or it's just poking you very uncomfortably.
No, I mean if you have enough force, then if it's a poke and there's enough force behind it, it can become a stab.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's too wide for that, then it becomes a crush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: pressuring the bartender to drink with you is weird and creepy.
Who the fuck does that?
also illegal.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
Right, because you'd be drinking on the job. Right.
Well, it's not illegal, but most bars have a policy against drinking at the gym.
Yeah, no, that. So
most kitchens have a policy encouraging it.
So congratulations, OP. Not only are you right in a regular sense, you are also right in a legal sense.
Unpopular opinion: watching a movie without talking is weird and likely means something is wrong.
No.
I guess it depends on the context, but not generally. No.
Yeah, like a lot of times I'm very quiet when I watch movies because I'm just enjoying the movie.
Unpopular opinion: powdered donuts are disgusting. I think user Yabba Dabba Dumbass is disgusting, and name checks out.
Name checks out.
It's not 100%.
I fucking love powdered donuts.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I might go get some today.
You're not going to.
You're like one of those people. Rupee's like one of those people who doesn't like chocolate. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Kevin, I want you to post pics, or it does not happen.
I said I might.
Oh, he's getting an out already. He's not going to do it. I knew he wasn't going to do it. He's already using the out. Anyway, unpopular opinion: know that drunk person in Greece should not be sent 10 years in prison for kicking a cat. I don't know what they're talking about, but I guess I agree.
Okay, sure.
That seems excessive. Sure, I guess. Unpopular opinion: anyone who doesn't want to be present at the birth of their child is missing the single most important experience of their life. Well, that's a value judgment, but also, I mean, I guess they already committed to it, so I don't know.
It's also the backstory of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. His parents didn't even show up for his own birth.
Unpopular opinion: pizza with thick crust is superior to thin crust.
Depends on the pizza. Depends on the crust.
Yeah, depends. Just depends.
Like sometimes it can have like sometimes the crust can be really thick, but also just like way too bready and like with not enough flavor.
Shower thought: when you lose one leg, your BMI goes down. When you lose the second leg, it goes up again.
Oh.
And the Killjoy immediately points out this is incorrect. The BMI formula is adjusted when the patient is missing limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, scientists accounted for that. They're kind of smart cookies, those scientists.
Scientists agree. Fuck you.
Science rules.
Science rules.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill.
Shower thought: many people will regret going to Mars. Yes. Most people regret the thing about expeditions into uncharted territory. Most people don't come back. Or if they do, they're never the same.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the things I've seen.
Sir, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, do you think people will regret going to Mars?
Sheridan? Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on how much you fucking hate humanity.
That's a good point.
Or how much you really love dirt. Specifically dirt that can shred your lungs by inhaling it.
Yes.
Shower thought: the scream in your head will never be out of breath.
Oh.
Are you okay? Is OP okay?
OP, do you need counseling? Do you need therapy? Do you need to talk to somebody? I'm here.
I don't think he's okay.
Mm.
Shower thought: our brains find our brains fascinating. Yes, we do.
Oh, great. My brain's a narcissist.
Yep. Shower thought: the pool of the Titanic is still full of water after centuries. Among other things, sure.
Yes. Technically speaking, you are correct.
Shower thought: there are probably more cameras than there are people. Probably. This reminds me of a debate they had on the Rooster Teeth podcast. Whether there's more cars or whether there's more wheels or doors in the world.
Oh, that's a good.
Wheels.
Probably wheels.
I think so, but you also have to. They got into a lot of semantics about what exactly classifies as a door. Like this little mini fridge. Is this a door? You know, doggy doors. Do they count? You know.
Yeah, that mini fridge also has 4 wheels.
No, it doesn't.
Or a lot of them do.
Yeah, some do. Mine doesn't. I think
There aren't many devices. There aren't many devices or appliances or, places with 4 doors.
Yeah.
There are tons of appliances that have appliances and tools and machines and other stuff, carts and everything else that have 4 wheels.
Yeah.
My guess.
Go.
No, my guess would be there's more wheels than there are doors.
Yeah. Also, you have to go into further semantics. Like, is a gear a type of wheel? What about a washer? You know. Well, I guess a gear is designed to turn like a wheel is, though. So I guess does a gear count as a wheel?
I think in this context, like a wheel. Also, at what point do you delineate between like a different kind of wheel actually being a wheel? Like, do you think a steering wheel is different from like like the wheel on a bike?
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, what about like a rotary engine? Would you consider what's in there to be a wheel?
Yeah, that's also a good question.
Is the criteria that it's round and spins, or designed to spin?
Huh.
It's a complicated question.
This is a lot deeper than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, unpopular opinion: drinking coffee at night feels amazing, with 4 exclamation points.
OP likes insomnia.
Clearly.
Local person who drinks coffee. No.
Shower thought: a lot of drugs are glamorized by rappers, but you never hear about meth. Meth is hard to glamorize.
Yeah, meth is very
Breaking Bad probably came the closest to it, and it was still always framed as a terrible, horrible thing.
Yeah. Mr. White, Mr. White, we're out of methy.
I don't think he... Don't give meth cute nicknames. I don't think... Yeah. I don't remember what I was going to say. Unpopular opinion: music streaming platforms are way too overpriced. You know, I thought that, but I haven't heard a Spotify ad in like 8 months now, and man, is my life better for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You think that before you decide to pay for it, and then afterward, if you ever stop paying for it, you realize why you were paying for it. If you use Spotify or something similar for that, consistently, then like it can totally be worth it. Unpopular opinion: the U.S. should have just kept only 13 stars on the flag.
Why?
They say it just looks better, especially when you have the flag in a small area or logo. The stars just look too crammed. Also, drawing the U.S. flag with 50 stars would take too much effort. If the U.S. was to expand and take over a larger area, the flag would start to look ridiculous with all the little stars. How would they put 70 or 80 stars on the flag? Do they want us to go back to imperialism? What's going to happen here? It would just look bad. Why don't they just stop at 13 and not add stars when new states join? Did they not think that far into the future?
Huh.
Somebody points out there was a lot of debate. I think we got up to 18 stars and stripes before they decided to leave the stripes at 13. I guess they never anticipated 50 stars. But if we ever go to 51 stars, it's going to be challenging to make it look normal.
Yeah.
But someone does point out that 3 rows of 9 equals 51. Wait, no. 3 rows of 8 and 3 rows of 9 equals 51. So you'd have to, like...
alternate, yeah.
Yeah. John Oliver...
That's already what the flag does.
John Oliver... Oh, yeah. John Oliver did a segment on DC statehood ages ago where he had a 51-star flag in the background for like 20 minutes, and nobody even noticed until he pointed it out. Gotta find that. That sounds interesting. Shower thought: you can never be bored when sleeping. I guess not.
I guess not. I guess. Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess not.
Except when I'm in my dream and I'm just sitting on a couch in my dream and going, "Wish I was playing fucking video games."
But Zeke, it's your dream.
Unpopular. No. Wait, no.
Not that one?
No, not that one.
Okay.
Shower thought: empathy is a morally neutral ability that can be used for good, evil, or car sales.
Car sales, the great equalizer.
Jesus.
Shower thought: somewhere in the world there lives a barely known author whose works will be classics after we are dead. Yes, it's me! It was me all along!
It's Zeke!
I'm unappreciated in my time.
One day.
Society, I beg you, don't Van Gogh me. Can you please appreciate me at least a little bit while I'm alive? I'd like that. Shower thought. Smoking cigarettes is a relatively socially acceptable form of self-harm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you don't really... I guess if you're just walking along with your friend and they just start cutting their wrists, you might be a little more concerned.
Also, a much more socially acceptable version of drug addiction.
It is.
That's true.
Smoking is arguably the most socially accepted form of drug addiction.
Yeah, there's drinking. Drinking's more accepted than smoking.
I'm not sure about drinking, actually. I feel like drinking actually gets viewed unglamorously a lot more often.
I don't... It depends on how it's presented, but, like, alcohol's alcohol. But, like, I don't know. You still see... No, I don't know. I feel like
I was just saying, like, well, it depends on what you're drinking. Like, a glass of red wine is actually recommended by a lot of doctors every night.
Yeah.
And actually has some positive benefits, whereas like smoking cigarettes has exactly zero positive benefits.
Right. That's a good point.
Shower thoughts. All singing is technically breathtaking. Okay, smartass, sure.
Wisey-ish.
Yeah. Shower thought. Every flying object is an unidentified flying object until you figure out what it is.
Yep. That's technically speaking why the phrase exists. So
Shower thought. A good judge of person's character is how they treat public restrooms. This is just reforming the fucking shopping cart argument.
Yeah, it is.
You can't replace the shopping cart theory. Get out of here. I see through your game user Benadryl pill.
Who the fuck names themselves Benadryl pill?
I don't know.
Bruh.
Let's see. Shower thought. Headphones are VR for the blind. That's a real shower thought.
That is quite the take.
Not technically inaccurate.
Shower thought. Whales produce milk, so in theory, whale cheese could be a thing.
Oh my god. Do I have to Google if whale cheese is a thing?
Kevin, we have to try whale cheese. Add that to our bucket list, Kevin. Trying whale cheese live on air.
Whale cheese.
Also, I'm disappointed.
It exists.
Oh, what?
Whale
link
cheese.
Me the whale. Link me the whale cheese.
It basically just looks like blue cheese, but yeah, whale cheese is real.
How do you milk a whale?
Yeah.
Extremely carefully.
Yeah. This smelly blue cheese is made from curdled orca milk, as satisfying as cow cheese, but a bit saltier. Normally the whale milk would be wasted on baby whales, but don't worry, just like the cow milk industry, we've separated the babies from the mothers at birth so you can have your cheese. Serve with green grapes.
Okay, don't get all passive-aggressive with me. I'm just trying to eat some whale cheese. Jeez.
Also, you said something about that's orca's milk, and now I have thoughts of Chloe in my head.
God damn it! Fuck!
It's orca cheese, so even the cheese will fuck you up.
That's right, the cheese is stinky, just like her.
Shower thought. Wolves are pack animals. Humans are social animals, but werewolves are always loners. That's the point.
Yes.
They belong to neither worlds. They're trapped between two sides of themselves.
No, the werewolves in fucking Skyrim made a guild, so
that's true.
Change the mold. Try to change the narrative.
Yeah. Don't be what they expect you to be. Shower thoughts. Clones have never been inside a woman. That depends on the method. One of my favorite speculatory methods of cloning is to grow them inside of cow uteruses. So that's technically a woman.
The fuck?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know this.
No,
cows
a woman. No. You're using your English language incorrectly. Woman is the name for a female human. Man is the name for a male human, or at least that's what it is scientifically. If you put it inside of a female cow, that is no longer, you are putting it inside of a sow, not a woman.
Well, there you go.
Somebody's really offended.
Aren't you an English
I
major?
don't need people misgendering a fucking cow, please. Thank you. We have enough of that shit on the internet already. People not understanding their fucking... People want to change the world, but they don't understand their fucking high school biology class.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't remember my bovine lectures. He's just cranky because he used to be a woman. I'm not a bovinian expert. Shower thought. Setting yourself on fire is the most efficient way to burn calories. Yeah.
I mean...
Also a really efficient way to die.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, shower thought. Pottery barn. Pottery barn isn't really known for its pottery, isn't it? What is it known for?
No, you're absolutely right.
I don't even know what is Pottery Barn known for.
No, not a woman.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Shut up.
Unpopular opinion: college students need better activities for the non-party people. Yeah, it's called CS:GO apparently.
There you go. There you go.
There you see us go.
Ha!
I'm done with this. I can't. The good ones, they've escaped me.
Yep. That'll do.
That'll do. If you want to be part of the show, you can email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com or join our official Discord server with the link provided in the description below. You can follow us on Twitter at ZeekFreak, at CCharmanderK, at Saradin, Cedranor. And we'll see you next time. ZeekFreak out. Ciao, ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different